Hey everyone, welcome to episode 20 of our collector showcase. This week we're going to be talking about the Series 3 of the Transformers G1 toys. Picking up where we left off about 2 weeks ago. Man, there are so many Transformers in just the G1 line. It's can be an undertaking to go through all these or keeping up with some of this stuff. I do love the Transformers, but with me, of course, my other host, Retro Ryan. Buddy, you want to give your introduction and everything, and we can get into
What's
this?
up, guys? Richard Ryan here. You can catch me Tuesday night live every at 10:30 Eastern Standard PM, playing your 80s 90s game requests and your 80s 90s toy and video game footage. Yeah, Transformers, we're back at it, more than meets the eye.
So, for those who don't know, this is going to be the series of figures that start showcasing stuff from the original 86 animated movie. Man, I remember going to see this movie and crying when Optimus Prime died. It was so impactful on me. I know that death scene, I could not cry watching that up until like my late 20s, just because it was such an impact. But I love that movie. It is my favorite out of all the movies we've gotten, and that's including the Michael Bay garbage. But um, man, such an impactful like soundtrack. That you got new introduction of characters. You had deaths of major characters. You got some good on-screen time with the Dinobots and introduction of the biggest Transformer that we never got until Hasbro decided to do a HasLab for, which is the giant Unicron figure. Um, but yeah, no, there's so much. So Ryan, did you get to go see the Transformers, the movie, the '86 cartoon film in theaters, or did you watch it like later on?
No, I was too young.
Yeah,
That's what year did it come out?
yeah, 1986.
Yeah, I was 2 years old.
Oh man, okay. Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, you got to imagine. Like there, it was. My the way my dad described it was when we went and saw it. You, it was a lot of times it was dads with their kids. I mean, with their sons and stuff. And I remember him talking about how the fact that like you could just hear the kids crying when Prime died, and then they would start sniffling. So it was just like this whole audience of people crying because Optimus Prime, the one of the greatest characters, passed away. Hey, um, I know for Zombie, it's like he hates Hot Rod and everything for killing Prime, and him becoming the leader of the Autobots for a period of time. But yeah, it was very impactful, and I still love watching that movie. The animation is so good for the time. Um, but yeah, no. So when you did see it, like, what were your thoughts? Uh,
So why did they open with that? Basically, the first like 20 minutes they die.
so at this time, they were trying to phase out certain Transformers, so they had a way
No.
of like,
Yeah.
so they when they released them back in like what 82, 83, uh, they think it was like eight. I think it was 84. But like when they started releasing these figures, they had constantly just been pumping out these figures, even though they were already on like the second wave at the time. And then when '86 came out, or when the movie came out, they had Wave 3, and they were like completely phasing out Transformers. So what the best way they could do it was they decided they were going to kill them off, um, which is funny because the impact of this film kind of also impacted the direction that they went with for GI Joe at the time with the GI Joe movie. And originally they were going to kill off Duke and a couple other Joes, but because of how the reception was with the Transformers movie and like Prime dying and all these other characters like Ironhide, Ratchet, and Brawn, all of them just getting murdered like in the first few minutes of the movie. um, they decided to go a different direction. So like Duke was in a coma instead of him dying. Uh, but yeah, it was that was the reason, kind of. I mean, that was actually the main reason. They decided that they were going to phase out some of the toys. The best way to do it is have these characters die. And talk about like a cartoon of the '80s and having a character that's been a staple for at least like 2 years just completely be killed off on screen. And we didn't see that a whole lot in cartoons back then. But yeah,
True.
so it's amazing like how well that movie was, and like well done. Like it had some adult themes, and compared to some of the other cartoons at the time. So I remember I have a story that I'll go into when we get into the actual figures from the movie, because I remember getting Cup, and I had it for about a day, and I left it at a washateria, and when we went to go get it back, it was gone. So how's it going, Paul? Welcome. But yeah, no. So do you have any other memories of with Transformers at the time? At this, I mean, well, you would have been too, but like, I mean, even like a couple years later, Ryan, do you have anything on that?
The animated show.
Mm-hmm.
When did the animated show start?
Like, I think it was like '84.
Yeah, I definitely was seeing the show. As you know, Transformers and GI Joe are not my favorites, but I like them
Mm-hmm.
because my favorites were Motu, Real Ghostbusters, even some of the side stuff like Toxic Crusaders, and so Turtles. There was just so much other stuff I was watching. X-Men. More into the '90s stuff because, like I said, I was so young. I was born in '84,
Mm-hmm.
so you don't really have that much attention span until you're like 5. So that would put me already at like 89.
'89, yeah, exactly. So, which makes sense, like why Batman '89 was so influential for you. And of course we had like Ghostbusters and all these other things that were either current shows or were on TV syndication. Even like films were being broadcast on television. So, but it was such a great time for toys, and Transformers had a long staying power. And you're looking at like, for you, that would have been almost right around when TMNT started.
Yeah,
So at least
that's why I
the
was
cartoon.
more a
Mhm.
Turtle He-Man guy.
Yeah. So, but yeah, if you want, we can go ahead and get into the figures for this wave. Um, get out of these ads. So, as you're gonna see, because they were doing this whole thing with the Transformers animated movie, it was supposed to take place in 2005. The future of 86. As we know, nothing looks like the future here in 2024. So, the imagination of what could be or could have been is majorly different. But let me get this in the screen here, and I will go into this. So, yeah, with this wave of Transformers, we definitely got to see quite a different range of stuff. This is, with Wave 2, we got the Constructicons with Devastator. We start getting more of these Combiner robots. So you got Bruticus, you're going to get Predaking, you're going to get the Protectobots, you're going to get the Aerial Bots, and then a lot of stuff, of course, that represent, different characters from the movie itself. But yeah, so first up, we're going to look into Air Raid, which is one of the Aerial Bots. And each one of the aerial bots were different jets of the times. None of them were futuristic. They were all modern military jets, either between the U.S. and other countries. Any thoughts on this one?
It's classic. I like the black. I like the yellow, red highlights.
Mm-hmm. Which is cool because like this jet air raid is very similar, and I believe it's the same jet style that is Thundercracker, Starscream, the other Seekers on the Decepticon side, but very much smaller than those jets. Very different design as far as how these transformed. Compared to the other Seekers. What's up, Boiling?
Yo, Blood. Yo, Paul. Yo, GWN.
And see, even that was cool. So these either came in a single carded blister pack, or you would have got them in a collector set. I only ever remember getting these through the blister packs. But you gotta love that, like, that the art of just like them drawing the toy. What's up, Josh? How's it going, brother? We're gonna get into the Combaticons, brother. Not much, man. Talking about Series 3 of the G1 Transformers. So, right up, we're talking about Air Raid. I have these. Yes, you do. I remember you got these from... See, I don't even have these anymore. Like, there's some of these figures that I just don't have. There was times where we would move and just things would disappear. And we've had stories about that as far as like between me and my dad, but I do need to get these again. I do have the reissues for these that came out. Well, not the reissues, but when they did the Combiner Wars version. But I'm looking forward to the newer set that's coming out for the Legacy line. Toy Depot. Remember, we talked about them before. I have no clue what state that's actually in. But you could have got him for $4.48.
Sounds like a deal.
A deal now, man. That's I'm pretty sure that was pretty expensive. Like what, in '86? But all right. And we got Blades. Which would have been for... Here, hold on. He's a little blown up. Let me get him down a little bit. There we go. So he is part of the Protectobots, Defensor. All of these guys are going to be a rescue chopper. You got an ambulance, a police car, a motorcycle, a kind of a fire truck, and I can't remember what the other one was. So what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on him?
Kind of got a firefighter aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
You can put out some wildfires right now in California.
That's true. Yeah, we definitely need the protective bots to go save California.
Firefighter movie I always watched as a kid a lot. Backdraft.
That was a great film.
Boy, Kurt Russell.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the Baldwin in it?
Oh, I can't remember. Josh, which Baldwin was that in Backdraft?
Too many Baldwins. I think it might have been Daniel.
You know what? I think it was Daniel.
Such a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Kurt Russell lives on a houseboat on it.
Which is, very similar to where you're at the moment. But what's cool is about these figures where they could literally. I don't know why, honestly. I don't know why Hasbro, they had started doing reissues of these that were hitting Walmarts, and why they can't just start re-releasing these. Like any of they did the Constructicons, but like they haven't done any of the other Combiner robots. I would love them to be able to do that. Yeah, Josh said Daniel, one of my favorites. And those fires are arson. And so, like, what's cool is, like, right off from this collection here, this checklist, right? We're getting 3 vehicles from 3 of these new Combiner robots. Each that were changed form into their own vehicle, their own robot form, and then they would become a part of either an arm or leg of a giant robot that combined together. This is Blastoff, which I always felt was weird. It's cool because the Combaticons to make Bruticus, right? They were all military vehicles. It's very strange that one of the vehicles, instead of it being a jet, which it should have been a jet, was a space shuttle, which is still great, especially considering we ended up getting what? Blastoff, we got Astro Train, and Skylynx, all transformed into a space shuttle. So you got all different forms to be able to do it. What's up, Colin? NASA. Looks like the NASA shuttle. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Bruticus is always your favorite. Yes, it was. Bruticus is great. And then, so you get to see some of the limitations, some of the design. Of course, back in the early 80s, you're looking at or mid 80s, some of the articulation that went into some of the designs for these. So like when Blastoff transforms here, he is literally hit the front cone becomes his arms. There's really no hands. Later on, designs of this was better, but for this is it is great. It just kind of speaks of the times. What's your thoughts, Ryan? What do you got? What do you got on this?
I think some purple. This would be like Prince.
This would be Prince. Yeah, he's gonna be playing basketball and feeding you waffles after. What's up, Ikun?
The purple rain motorcycle. Prince's motorcycle.
Yeah, he's definitely got that gunmetal look for him with the purple, so it does very much mesh well together.
You could purify himself in the Lake Minnetonka.
Take a break from the studio. Nice, Colin. Still love the blister packs. They still just need to release these again, re-release them for people to be able to get. Because, I mean, like, the fun of this is being an adult now with children to be able to go and find these on card for the nostalgia purposes if you wanted to collect them yourself. But the fun of being able to buy these for your kid as well. And then get them into that magic and, into the addiction that is plastic crack, as they say.
It definitely is.
Didn't Dave Chappelle did a joke about Prince? Yes, that's why I made that joke, because he made Prince. Ryan talked about Prince, and I was like, okay, I'm going to make that association here. But yeah, definitely really cool, man. I really dig this myself. But yeah, let's get into the next. A lot of times too with these figures is either came with a sticker pack that you would put on them, or the stickers are already preloaded. What is up, Richard? What are you doing, brother? Hey, Hummus.
What's up, Ikun,
So
Tombstone,
tell me
Colin?
more about the Nana shuttle.
Warrior Hummus.
What's up? Yeah, Hummus is here. Yep, and then Destroyer's my buddy Richard. All right, so then we got Blur. Blur, this guy right here. Of course, he's missing his front canopy. This is the guy that was voiced by the Micro Machine guy. So he was a fast talker, moved around a lot in the show and the movie. Was a if you go by the lore later on, he was actually an ex-racer for the what's it, the Teletron or the
Okay, what the fuck does this look like, Vince? This is the Thunder Tank, dude.
It does look like the Thunder Tank, exactly right there. It does. That is
The
100%.
fuck?
So let me see. There's what it looks like normally because it's missing that front shield. It's wild to think that Japan has an entire different line when it comes to Transformers. Yes, you have the Diaclone stuff. You have the there's three different toy lines that make up Transformers, and then on top of that, they bought the stuff from because they ended up getting Takara. I think they had access to Jetfire. Well, the VF1 from Robotech to become Jetfire. There was a couple other series that were under that umbrella that got roped into Transformers. I'm good. Finished up griefing people on Black Ops 6. Hey, so did you? I just saw the Terminator skin from the Tech Noir outfit. I gotta get that if that's up somehow. I always, for some reason, really liked Blur. Blur was he's a cool character. He was like very enthusiastic, and what's not to love about the having the guy from who did the Micro Machine commercials? I can't remember his name at the moment. Doing the voice of this character, which is just like you're getting this double impact of like nostalgia from this guy. But here you go. There's the him in his robot form. I actually have him that I got secondhand from my buddy Rob. Gotta love the back of the boxes for these figures and stuff. So iconic. Especially, you're getting Metroplex and Trypticon here. You're getting some of, Ultra Magnus. You're getting a lot of stuff from either the 86 movie or season 3 of Transformers.
You gotta put Lionel in there. Thundercats. Oh,
Dude, I would love to buy one and just like redeck it out to be the Thunder Tank. Thunder, 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 Thundercats. Wow. Anyway. Oh snap! The action guy. The auction guy. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Mike something. Mike Mashuda, or I'm not going to butcher his last name. It's kind of looks like a Star Wars land speeder. I could see that. Hummus. I definitely could see that.
and the problem with the Thunder Tank, obviously, from Thundercats was the tread always went bad. The rubber wore down on the tread.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta get that replaced.
Which I'm curious on because you know that Super 7 did that Thunder Tank, and I would love to see like what they did for the tread on that, and like how if it'll stand the test of time and all that.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get to Metroplex the size of a small child? Yeah. Actually, I don't think he came out in this wave, but we'll get to him if he's here. Did you guys see the crossover? I did see, yeah, for Thundercats, I did see that. I'm like, I don't know if I can collect another series of Motu crossover figures. All right, here we go. This is another part of Bruticus. This is Brawl the Tank. The Brawn Brute of the Combaticons. We didn't get much love with him in, in the cartoon, like we did get to see a really awesome version in awesome version of him in the was it Transformers War for Cybertron game, which is the one I recommend to you whenever you were trying to collect for the 360 stuff. Still a very cool standard military tank, green at least. You know, it's at least it's camoed. And then we've gotten a we got a version of him in the Michael Bay movies. Motu Rainbow Bright called it. I was thinking the same thing, and they revealed Battle Cat, and I was like, I'm sold. I gotta go look at that. Customized tank from Metal Max. I can see that. What's your thoughts, Ryan? What's your thoughts on Brawl here?
Yeah, Joe look on this one.
I mean, he looks good.
Classic military.
Mm-hmm. I could definitely see him trying to take on Godzilla, right? I could see it.
And not winning.
And not winning, right? Exactly. He's just like another Mazer tank, right? Definitely great card art here. Of course, in the style
Weird enough, somehow, even though it wasn't huge on G.I. Joe, I had the walkie-talkies I told you about. I had the G.I. Joe walkie-talkies.
Mm-hmm.
That I really love.
That'll definitely be something that we're going to be getting into at some point, is the G.I. Joe line. But we're going to probably do that towards the summer. So to let you guys know. But, you know, since they were, like, that's another thing, too. Is, like, normally you'd get these really cool instruction sheets with these figures. With the smaller blister card figures, especially with the ones that were the Combiner figures, you would get the instructions on the back of the card, which is kind of a good reason to keep the card art. And then you got your tech specs, a bio of the character, and then you got the if you still had the translucent red plastic, you could read the stats on the character. G.I. Joe, you say? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The check's in the mail. What's G.I. Joe? Yeah, you're talking about two different brands of toys on a Transformers episode, right? So now we're getting into the fourth of the Combiner robots. And this is Breakdown. This would be part of the Stunticons, which would have been Minosaur. What's not to love about this? The bunch of sports cars that transform into a giant robot.
This was also known as the car Rod Stewart got pussy in.
Or isn't this one of the cars that Crockett drove and it got blown up? No.
This is the car Don Johnson got his Johnson stroked.
Hey, this is where he created his daughter. And finally got their own car Transformers. That is true. This is technically one of the first of the any kind of car version for the Decepticons. So it's kind of cool because, like, if you look at the fact of, like, the card art here, right? You're getting a drawing of the toy. Not necessarily like what you would get with G.I. Joe, where we were getting a drawing of the character in an action pose. So they definitely weren't pulling from the Marvel comic for this, which is different and unique. Just found out how much the local music scene considers an equal innocent.
I don't know what that's a reference to.
Yeah, Colin, I'm missing on what you're saying there.
What the hell does that have to do with the music scene?
But so on the back of the card here, you definitely get to see all the vehicles for Minosaur. You get to see them combined. So it was like, hey, look, if you get all 5 of these vehicles, you can build this giant robot. What's not to love? It's great. I actually never had Minosaur or any of the cars for him or any part of him as a kid. I had Devastator, I had parts of Bruticus, and I had the aerial bots. That was about it as far as those. Because I
I
didn't
don't know about the name Menasaur. A little unhetero.
It's what?
It's a little unhetero. Menasaur.
Well, you're supposed to.
What are men doing with each other that they're getting sore?
Well, I mean, remember, it's like he's supposed to be menacing, but he's a robot, so he's sore a little bit. I don't know. Or he's sore because he became too menacing.
Listen, whatever he's doing with other men and getting sore, we'll leave that. That's nothing wrong with that, but we're going to leave that alone.
All right, so this is the Autobot triple changer here. The first of, like, I think 2. No, 3, because you got him, Springer, and Sandblast or Sandstorm. So he goes from being an aircraft carrier to a jet. So you're looking at, like, this guy is either a football field long that transforms into a jet, this huge jet. It's like the size of that Cobra jet in some of the cartoons back in the day, or it's like bigger than Jetfire.
What am I feeling with this one?
Well, it's very disproportionate. It's very blocky. I'd say the aircraft carrier looks great, but when you're getting into this jet mode, it's questionable.
This looks like you put this on your shirt when you're playing laser tag. You like hanging on your neck.
it's your laser sensor.
Blue lights up. When you get shot, the blue lights up.
I have him. LOL. It was supposed to be good. Oh, okay, no problem. It's all right, Colin. No worries. No worries. Damn, whoever owned this used to. Yeah, they roughed this one up pretty bad. What is it? You can go to like toyhacks.com or whatever. Hey, son, and get new stickers for this. Like, just go in and completely rub this thing down. Get all the gunk off of it. Get the stickers and just buy new labels. New label stickers.
Don't rub it down too much. That's how you get Menasaur.
Oh shit. You know what, Colin? Oh man, Colin, I can't even stop laughing so I can't even talk right. The cockpit does look very much like the Gotcha Man ship. I can see that. I totally see it. But look at him, man. He's got like battle scarring on him. Like, he's been through some shit. Like, can you see it? Can you see that on him? He's got like some rough metal or rough like parts where he's been dragged along the floor. He's got like scrape marks and like his stickers are just falling apart. This was a well played with toy.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it is very Gotcha Man with the artwork worked there, or it's not really Gotcha Man. What is it? It's Thunderbirds. That's what it looks like. It looks like it's a Thunderbirds. Like, they had inspiration for that with this. Yep, G-Force. Yeah. So Gotcha Man is what it's called in Japan, but for us here in the States, it was called G-Force.
Wasn't G Force the name of like a movie with hamsters and shit?
Yes, it was. There was that, but G-Force was originally was I think it was called Battle of the Planets when it was originally released when my dad and Colin were like in high school, and
Or
then
were they guinea pigs? That's why it was G Force.
yeah, I think that was the reason why. But as far as the it was on. So when this show was on, it was on Cartoon Network for us, and it was the guys that had the like the little like they were themed as birds, and they had like a visor, bird beak visor that would come through the front of their mask. I'll show you a picture of it. It's actually was a really fun show. It's very like Voltron esque without the giant mecha. Capcom. They did have those characters in that game. All right, so we can get into Bruticus here just so people can see it. There's the main man. This guy was an unstopping power. I mean, I would even say more than Devastator. You're looking at like pure machine, pure military power here that was created by Starscream.
It looks very you scroll up.
Yeah, there you go. It should be there, man. You're good.
Just a little delay here.
So you got the helicopter, you got your space shuttle. The main body was Onslaught, and that was a missile truck that you could use to transport things as well. You got a jeep, and then your tank to form him. Of course, these are the additional parts that either came with the figure or came with Onslaught to make him complete.
I dig it.
Yeah, I do too. I totally do. Yeah, both are correct. More Jason, Princess, Hiop, and Teeny.
Yeah, I think clashes a little bit is the depending on how you're looking at the right the left leg, how we're looking at him.
Yeah. From the left, from our perspective of looking at the left leg, yeah, that's your orange Jeep. You're looking at
Yeah, I just feel like that throws off the color palette a little bit on this, because everything else goes so good, and then you see that bottom foot with the you know what I'm saying? Like, just look at it. Doesn't it kind of stick out for you too?
It does. It does.
Stepped in some mud.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, he jumped. He stepped in that muddy sand or what that one type of mud that you see in certain movies. But we'll get to him. So next up, we're gonna look at Cyclonus. Now, very slightly different. I mean, design-wise, looks great. I never got him as a kid. I wanted him, but I never got him. I have multiple versions of him now, like the newer versions. I still have yet to get a G1 version of him. Very cool. You got that swept wing look, very futuristic. Love the color palette. Stickers are something a little bit to be desired. I don't know if I like the red and purple, the way the way that looks. I mean, I get the your cockpit. You want that because he had that kind of translucent glass that was reddish. But still, overall, awesome looking. Much better than Scourge. We'll go into it as soon as we get to him. But what's cool is he looks in a way very similar to what he did in the movie. It's just like, but the head, like he's just like this. I think you could move the. No, you couldn't. Yeah, his head was just like static. He was stuck looking forward. Of course, this guy's like doesn't have the stickers. Bruticus superior, Megatron inferior.
Yeah, this is just screams 80s radness.
Oh, it does. It does. Yes, that is very true. Very, very rad.
This is like so 80s rad. It's like the hairband that went like full neon with like leather pants and just really going all out. This is like when I look at this, like especially in the plain form, it's just like you see the red on it.
Mm-hmm. It does scream very much 80s. It does.
It'd be like the David Lee Roth of the.
Like running with the devil. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or yeah, it does have that weird flair, and that's what it's. What's funny is like whenever they've done re-releases of like for the modern version that they did, which is amazing by the way, for Cyclonus. They did a toy accurate version with the silver and then the stickers with the they didn't put stickers, but they painted it on there with this like weird red and purple. It just like it in a way to me in my visual eye does not mesh well, especially considering like what we got with the cartoon. But I get it, you know, you're looking at what is interpreted for the cartoon versus what the toy was actually. But at this time, when Takara was making these figures and stuff, they were making it based off the cartoon. These weren't recycled toys from other toy brands or other toy lines. But I would definitely love to have this in my collection. Actually, I would love to have.
I really like this. I really like this too.
Yeah. And I haven't looked to see how much one costs. And I know that, like, just because of the fact, I believe, so there was this one that we got that came with just regular blaster. But later in, like, I think Series 6 or 7, actually, it may actually be the next wave. They did another re-release of him with his, was it the Target Master? So he had like a gun that would transform into a mini bot. So we ended up getting him again. All right, so next up on the Stunticons, we got Dead End, which is actually kind of always my favorite. I actually kind of remember liking this character a lot. I don't know what it was. I love the design of the car and everything. I don't remember because yeah. Well, it's funny because like with these, so like with Devastator, right? There was 6 Constructicons that made into Devastator, but like the one you think would be the leader of them is not. It's somebody else. And then, but for all the other combiners that we got, that were all 5. So it was all smaller vehicles with one larger one that was usually the body. And usually that larger one was the leader of that team.
This one could have been fit in again, you know, when we say mask, the mask vehicles, you know, it would fit in that world.
I could see that. It's almost very Matt Tracker-esque, his vehicle. And of course you can see where they were still implementing diecast into these figures, because like at a certain point they slowly started phasing out some of the diecast parts. Only you were only getting usually that stuff inside like certain areas. Like it would be either be in the leg somewhere, or it was part of the wheel well for each of the wheels and stuff. You'd have like that metal area there. Um, what's funny is this. So well, it's not funny, but there's actually these actually we were re-released, but I don't think that they were. I think they were re-released. I'm trying to remember when it was because they weren't recently done, but it was during whenever Toys R Us was still around. I think there was a wave of these that got re-released. All right.
Back to Menace.
Well, this is gonna be Defensor. This is all the ones that are the protect. You know, the police car, the ambulance, the motorcycle, the helicopter, the fire truck. These are your Protectobots. Kind of a cool idea, right? You know, you have these medical bots that would help people or help the Autobots, and they form together. You know, it'd been hilarious if they were like kind of what is that conscientious objector, where they don't actually like war. But I don't think that was the case.
Vince, would you ever let a hair cut your Menasor?
No, no. I would be really Minosaur. I'd be, you know what? I'd be very Defensor-ish if someone would have tried to cut my hair. Even though I may cut my hair. I say that, and I'm probably going to look at getting my hair cut.
Colors on this one are fire.
Oh yeah, man. The contrast on these is perfect. It doesn't look out of place. Everything looks like it's part of the whole package. So they did a really good job with like color meshing these together. The Fencer looks cool too. I really
It's almost like some Power Rangers shit right here. Go Power Rangers!
Well, you're not wrong. This is kind of like at this time you had Super Sentai, right? And they were doing their own thing. So it was like there's this big love for combiner robots in Japan. Even to this day, they love like anything that is a mecha or a vehicle that combine together to make a giant robot.
Dude, tell me you couldn't like do like a Megazord version of this, you know?
Oh, you could. You totally could. Actually, I wouldn't doubt if there isn't one already that's very similar to this. I love how the motorcycle is designed for somebody that's like 18 foot tall or 18 feet tall, right? Because like, look at it compared to all the other vehicles. It's huge. That's what she said, but it's huge. And then Josh said it really makes me want to get mine out of the closet and redisplay them. You should, man. There's no reason why you should not be displaying your Transformers. Display what you love. Enjoy it. We don't got that much time on this planet.
Tombstone is Josh.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Well, at one point they need to combine and dish out damage instead of repairing it, right? Yeah, it's like Wreck-It Ralph, right? And it's like Fix-It Felix. Like one breaks it, one fixes it. What's Power Rangers? On the new version of the motorcycle was the chest piece. Yes, on the Combiner Ward version, they did do that. So I'm curious because now with the new versions, we've already gotten Minosaur. We're getting Superion, which are the Aerobots. We're getting Devastator. So I know we're going to get the rest of these done normal. So with the newer style bodies that actually look more proportionate when they're in robot form than something. Because as much as I love the Combiner Wars versions, to be able to get those, as they were kind of janky. It wasn't until like we got Predaking and the Terracons with Abominus, the Seacons with Predaking. Not Predaking. What's his name? Poseidon. I can't remember his name now. I'm blanking on this. Too many names to know. Those were great. The later on ones were good, but those first waves, like the what is it? Bruticus, the Combaticons, the Stunticons, all those those first four were awful. I mean, they were great for the time, but like in retrospect, they're not the best. All right, and then which we're getting into next is the Predacons. You got Dive Bomb here, which is a giant eagle. He forms an arm, and then his wings form the back of Predaking. Very, very not Christmas, but Halloween colors. I think of like candy corn when I look at him. Is that what you get, Ryan, on him?
Oh yeah. I'm trying to take it in here. I feel like this is like if McDonald's did a changeable for Halloween.
I can see that. I can see it. So I have
and he transforms into a pumpkin.
Yeah, you can carve him to make him any way you want him, right?
So you can do pumpkin or this is the McDonald's changeable for Halloween.
What's cool is with these guys, these were bigger figures, so they actually, when they transform into robots, they look great. You know, you have more articulation. The legs are not like together, which is something standard sometimes with Transformers.
They should have called this Hobgoblinator.
The Hobgoblinator. The gold accents on the legs, though. Yeah, exactly. That's part of the color scheme of this guy. Let me see. Japan loves their combiner robots. There is a million anime shows in like the 70s all the way through the 80s and 90s and early 2000s Gavaron. I'm totally saying that wrong. I can't say it for some reason. What's more awesome is Transformers robots. How they transform and combine into one bigger, more powerful robot.
Hobgoblinator would get all the fun size candy.
He would totally be a foil for Spider-Man. Holy crap. That came with the glow in the dark mini poster. That's awesome. Okay, I didn't know that. So here you go. You got the 5 bots together, and then they form into this giant robot. So I do have him. I have the reissue of him. I have this version. I mean, the reissue version, and I have the Titans Return version of him, which is huge. I know that's what she said, but still, it's huge. Bigly huge. All right, so next up is Dragstrip, which is, I love this one. I mean, what's wrong? What's not to love about this yellow racer here with 6 wheels? I don't mind the yellow and purple color scheme here either. You got your, Formula 1 racer? I would actually love to have him too. I gotta work on trying to get the G1 version of him. What's your thoughts, Ryan? What you got?
I would call this character Mustardator.
Mustard. He is very yellow. You wouldn't call him the submariner, but because he's not a submarine.
Mustard dog. Pour a little mustard on your hot dog.
Watch out, you're gonna eat that Transformer. What? It's just mustard. So he's what, Cyrex? Isn't Cyrex the yellow one?
That's some spicy mustard. That's some Grey Poupon.
He races up to the nearest limousine. He's like, "Hey, excuse me, sir. Do you have any Grey Poupon?"
I like him. Not my favorite so far. There's been a lot of fire.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of fire tonight that I wouldn't put him at the top, but not bad. Not bad.
Definitely once we get into the when we get into Minosaur, when you see him, there is some very contrast with the colors because each vehicle had like a flashy color to them. So it's all over the place. Next up, we got Fire Flight, which I believe is a Harrier.
I like this colors. The colors on this.
Yeah, the red and white. Yeah, it does stand out a lot. And then you got his gun there. It's black. You're just too dangerous, Maverick. Man, I wish it
This is
didn't.
the ketchup. This is the ketchup to his mustard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Sector. Even though most of the Aerobots were this white and red color, I believe Air Raid was the only one that actually had a different color scheme. Then you got First Aid here, which was either a leg or an arm, depending on what you wanted to do with him. That was one of the cool things about the Combinder Transformers, that they were very modular. They had a very similar aesthetic as far as like what part would be the Combinder part for each figure. Usually, typically was the head. You could either have it facing up or put it lower in the chest. That would make it either an arm or a leg. It's really weird to see a giant blaster on an ambulance. Maybe this is like, what, Twisted Metal?
I'm waiting to see the robot version.
Yeah, here you go. Here's the robot version. See if I can zoom that out a little bit. There you go. What you think? Would you allow this robot to rescue you? I mean, I would hate for it to transform where there's a guy in the back there or the driver. It would totally.
There's something you see G1 a lot. I feel like you see a lot of burgundy. You know, they love burgundy in this era. You know, they loved red. They love burgundy.
Like Ron Burgundy? No. No, I get that. I do. Part of it was like sometimes
you didn't see this color burgundy that much in the 90s.
No.
You saw it a lot in the 80s. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And part of it was just like, sometimes they couldn't get the contrast to colors for the paint to look very similar to what the plastic molding would have been.
No, but like I even remember like that color burgundy, like on like a landline phone in the house. You know, you would see it even like in appliances sometimes, like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah, true, true.
One of those '80s colors that like was rocking, you know, or like on a boombox or something. You just saw it back then.
Stay classy, San Diego. Yeah, I love how the giant twin mounted cannons seem to be capable on both Autobot except on land vehicles. Yeah, he doesn't discriminate. All right,
Thomas,
so
Thomas, I don't know how to say this, but kind of a big deal. People know me. I have many leather-bound books. My apartment smells of rich mahogany.
all right, so now I was laughing and yawning at the same time, so it wasn't great. I just tried to stay quiet. This is the new leader of the Decepticons after Megatron was beaten to a pulp and by Prime, but he was able to get the upper hand and kill Prime because Rodimus got in the way. No, you don't, Megatron. Out of the way, Hot Rod. So Unicron reformatted Megatron into Galvatron, and we got this fusion cannon. Now, the way we saw him in the movie, he was just like a stationary tank cannon. With the toy, you could actually turn this into a gun. If you look underneath his legs, there's actually a handle that you could hold to make it into a blaster. This actually
Don't want
had sounds and light effects, if I remember correctly, as well.
if you're a girl, you don't want to get caught with this in your luggage at the airport.
No, probably not.
Especially if you got the batteries in when it's vibrating.
Oh, there you go. There's the gun mode for him. Very futuristic. I think at this time too, part of the reasons why we were I gotta look that up. When was the whole ban on gun toys? Wasn't that still in like towards the later 80s? Because I remember there being a reason why I think they moved Megatron from being a gun to this. And I thought it was because of that shooting. But no, still really cool. And then you got him in his robot form. He honestly, the color schemes do not equal what we got in the cartoon. There's a lot more grays on this figure. The only purples we're getting is like on his arms and then some on his legs here. It does represent well what we got in the cartoon as far as like design, but cartoon wise or color scheme wise, it's not great. And we have gotten a newer version of him, which is awesome. And then we got a re-release of him of that same figure that gives him the toy accurate look.
I'm not able to see the yeah, can we enlarge
Oh yeah, hold on, I'll do this. Hold on, give me a second. Let me do.
Galvatron?
Yeah, you need to. There you go. Is that better? There we go, guys.
He's cut in half for me.
Yeah, I see it now. I couldn't see it at first. But yeah, as you can see, right, you got his crown. So I move up a little bit. You got the crown on the head there.
Galvatron's awesome.
Oh yeah, well, voiced by Leonard Nimoy. Really different type of character to what Megatron was. But another thing too is like he was a very conflicted villain because like he was trying to live up to his former self. Like you think of like the contrast between Hot Rod becoming Rodimus Prime, and then Megatron becoming Galvatron. They're almost like mirror opposites of each other in a way. One wanted to live up to the destiny that he originally had, or his role, but he was governed by his owner, his master, as he was claimed by Unicron. And then with Hot Rod, becoming this leader, we expected at the end of the movie that he was going to be this assured leader, but that the mantle of leadership was kind of like thrust upon him, but it was something that was needed. But which was what sucks, because like during this whole third season, it takes place after the movie. There's a lot of time where like Rodimus Prime questions his like leadership capabilities, which puts into conflict of like some of the stuff that goes on in the episodes. That's a whole other thing. I could totally do a talk about the actual cartoon and stuff at some point. But definitely very cool figure.
Galvatron's freaking awesome.
Oh, hell yeah, man. What is this? Who are
Galvatron
you? Take a hint.
Like you fucking shit up.
Oh, hell yeah, man. In the movie, he didn't take no shit. didn't at all, man. All right, wait. We got the one of the Sharkticons here. Null. Never had this as a toy back as a kid. I have multiple versions of the newer one. I have played around with this. I had a friend who did own it as a kid. This is definitely one of the ones that you would buy multiples of to have an army of. You would army build these guys.
Army of Galvatrons?
No, the when it comes up, the Sharkticon.
I seen this one at GameStop.
Yeah, the re-release of him. Yeah, it's worth getting. I really like the Studio Series version that we got for him. The engineering that went into making him transform really well with the from Shark to Bot was really, really nice. I really...
I feel like Naw's the one like your sister might steal. Just the color palette, like she's making Naw play with like her Barbie, be her Barbie's friend.
I could see that with the with that pastel blue and the pink right under the underjaw.
In like the Malibu Barbie's Playhouse.
Yeah, this is her guard dog. Her guard shark.
I was thinking more in robot form though, like just like.
Oh, I see it. I see it too. Yeah. What is it, like an Oompa Loompa? It's maybe she's having it one day where she's playing like she's doing the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I just feel like it's like if there was ever like a Transformer that was hanging with like Malibu Beach Barbie, it would be this one.
Mm-hmm. So Boiling says that I think I liked him better as a mounted cannon turret. He was already an overcharged handgun blaster originally as Megatron. This is a little more. That was a little more redundant. Let's see. Freaking Megatron tolerates Starscream no matter how many times he betrayed him. Then he came back as Galvatron and didn't say anything to Starscream, just blasted him away. Yes, he did. Here's a hint. He just disintegrates him, man. Disintegrates him. All right, here we go. We got Groove, which is the police car that the T-1000 stole in Terminator 2. The giant police car. I mean, I'm sorry, police car. Motorcycle. Man, this is what happens when you're running on like 4 hours of sleep, guys. So what do you think, man? I know in vehicle form he looks really good. What was cool was I remember like taking him because I think I had him. Yeah, I believe I had him secondhand, and I would put my GI Joes on him because he was just big enough that the GI Joe guys would fit on him. Couldn't hold the handlebars, but
I can dig it.
he would sit in it very well.
The zebra, it's like a zebra aesthetic,
Mm-hmm.
black and the white.
And then look, like you got the motorcycle wheel in the front. Not much to say about Groove other than the fact he's much larger than any of the other. I mean, he's the size of a car as compared to his other counterparts for the Fensor. And we got Headstrong, the Rhino of the Predaking, Predacons. And man, is he beat up. What you thought, Ryan? What's your thoughts on him? He's definitely seen some better days.
I feel like this is like I don't know, man. I'm feeling like just like ride the bull at the bar, looking like or some guy from Urban Cowboy on John Travolta get on there. You guys seen Urban Cowboy in the chat?
Or Ace Ventura is going to come out the back. That's funny because that's the second time I've brought up Ace Ventura in two streams. So
That scene haunts my nightmares.
definitely very cool. Gives you some playability options. You got, he's got a gun and a sword. He's ready to kick some butt. The Paragons look awesome in the show. I guess the toys couldn't do them justice. You're not wrong, man. Like if I had my I swear at some point I'll have all my Transformers out. I will definitely show off that the Titans Return Predaking. That thing is amazing. The way they did the articulations for it, the way it transforms. Now there are some things that they had to do that are like questionable, because like since they gave him fully articulated legs and everything for each of the actual the two bots that actually formed the legs, they have this like huge black thigh like underneath underneath them, so it gives us additional bulk, but when they're put together they look great. And of course we got Hot Rod, which was my favorite character. I enjoyed this character. What's up, Adrian? As a kid, I remember getting him for Easter one year. I know, I love the aesthetic. I loved like the friendship he had with Daniel, which was Spike's son. Of course he becomes the leader of the Autobots. So for at least a short period of time until Prime takes back up the mantle. He's definitely seen some better days.
That's another one that could be Mask.
No, you're right on that. I can see that. I could see this being a Mask vehicle. Definitely, for sure. Hot Rod, no thanks. He killed Prime. He killed my boy Prime. uh, but what? He was voiced by Judge Nelson. Bender from Judd Nelson, not Judge. How I said it. That sucks. They don't. Did they have a? They didn't have a good picture of him in bod mode. Man, it's like they hated the figure so much they didn't want to put him out here. So use your imagination of what he looks like, guys, because I'm not gonna go look it up. Damn. Would be a looker if you have a real hot rod in real life. Put them Ferrari, Lambos, Camaros, and Corvettes to shame, right? Which is funny because everybody always jokes about the fact that he's this awesome futuristic sports car from 2025. But what does he become when he becomes the leader of the Autobots? He becomes a Prime, a Winnebago. So it's like, oh man, he becomes this really sports Winnebago that you're going to go and take your family on a vacation. Like the Griswolds would rent this type of car, or this Winnebago to go on vacation. Ryan, what's your thoughts, man?
Rad colors.
Rad colors? Yeah, I get that. I totally do. I see it.
I feel like it's very it could be Fifth Element taxi cab.
That's a good or Back to the Future too, man. That's like something you would have saw flying around or in Hill of Valerie of the future. All right, so we got Hotspot, which is the fire truck rescue vehicle of.
That may be my favorite car vehicle I've seen tonight.
It's your favorite one? I mean, other than the fact of like the atrocity of like him, like I get it. He was trying to save Prime, he saw it, but like he wasn't thinking, right? Like Cup even told him to not deal with it. It's their fight, lad. And he still goes in trying to but the type of character he was. And it's all right. I enjoyed him.
Look, it's like we can't judge the toy by the character story arc.
Correct. Okay? Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, okay, Prince, every story I hear about that guy, colossal diva fucking prick. Like egotistical fuck. Everywhere he went, he's like the kind of guy like, don't look at me in the eye, right? But made some great fucking records. But Prince, like as a person, fucking thought his shit don't stink. Honestly, any fucking story I've ever heard. Just a fucking arrogant, fucking pompous fucking guy. But made fucking outstanding fucking records.
Mm-hmm.
You put Purple Rain up there with fucking Thriller. Like, it's top tier shit. Unbelievable stuff. But, like, I'm not going to judge Prince's records by him being arrogant, like, in stories.
Right. You don't want to judge an artist by... you want to judge him by his work, not his offline persona. Then all I can think of is shirts and blouses. So, thanks, Dave Chappelle.
We're having pancakes.
Having pancakes, right?
Pancakes after the basketball game.
Mm-hmm. You want to come back to my place so we can play some basketball? And then, would you like some pancakes? So this is the leader of the Protectobots. This is Hotspot, fire truck, emergency vehicle. That's how he's supposed to look transformed, not what that other image was. I don't know why they would put that there. Very weird. What was cool about him was that you could turn him into some kind of base, and then there's his robot form. There you go, Ryan. I do like the color scheme. You got that burgundy, maroon color for the chest plate, that pastel blue, the emergency white and red stripes. I mean, he does scream emergency vehicle.
I can dig it.
And then let me see. Boiling says, "Yeah, we are in 2025, and after all these years, we didn't evolve much at all." You know, I've talked. It's funny. I went into a conversation with my brother-in-law about this. I remember like when I first started dating my wife, and they were talking about the future and blah blah blah, and I said, you know, from my perspective, I think that, and keep in mind, this is like maybe 2007, 2008. And I was like, you know what? I think in the future, nothing's going to change. It's going to look exactly the same. We're just going to have like new phones that have the newest technology in it, new computers that have the newest technology, but everything's going to look the same because we're never going to get to the point where we want to progress past what everybody is comfortable with. And I was 100% right. We did not make it to Mars. We don't have flying cars. We don't have teleporters. Hell, we don't even have a fast light rail between here and Dallas that was supposed to be projected like 10 years ago that they were going to do. Like, we don't want to progress because we don't want to spend money. And that's a whole different argument. That is not political. It's just a observation of the times of what's going on. But yeah, anyway, I digress. Yeah, separate the art from the artist. Kind of hard to do that nowadays because most of them wouldn't shut the hell up nowadays. I think back in the day, since no one had access to social media, it was cool. You're not wrong on that. And it's sad too because like there are artists that we've come to find out have made
I'll be right back, Vince.
yeah, you're fine. It's good. Stupid things happen. They've been caught doing something wrong, or they did some sexual allegations, and then it's like they've basically destroyed their career. And it's like, so how do you accept what they did, or how do you accept the art with what they did? And it's like you can't like listen to something or watch something because you know that these guys did it. So it's like it's hard to go back to watch a certain show or a song related to an artist that did something. They won't even make those automatic cars and flying cars. What the hell? Back to the Future 2 was such a tease. How come they didn't? Because there was no. I think. All right. So we'll get into this. So there's a channel called The Hacksmith. Really awesome. They make really cool gadget and tech. They spent about 2 years designing and building the Aliens power loader. They even got into the fact of like if they decided to go bipedal where it was walking, with 2 feet, or did they decide to go with treads, and which they did because of practical reasons. But they said like it is cool to have this, and it has a real almost practical application, but it took a long time to design and build. So implementing something like that into society, when you have something that's worked for 50 years, is going to be a hard sell for new for business, for wasting money on that stuff. It would have to be a drastic change that would require us to start building mecha for practical applications of like labor, moving products and stuff, like going from a forklift that works to something that's walking, because then you got to worry about you're going to be elevated, the cameras could be going wrong, you could step on somebody, you could break something. There's a lot of things that could go wrong with unrealized technology that we really haven't implemented at all. So it's part of the reason why we haven't done it. True, you don't. Mr. Spacey got away with it. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, so off on the side channels, we got hubcap. which is I think the cross between Bumblebee and Cliff Jumper, because it's got parts of Cliff Jumper with the yellowness of Bumblebee. I think even his head's slightly different. I do remember having this one. But definitely different head design. He was a different character for sure. All right, so now we got Cup, the Transformer that I lost. I have him. I have him complete again. But I had him for a day. My grandmother took me to Toys R Us. Me and my sister. I picked out this. My sister picked out something else. We had Burger King that day. I remember this vividly. I remember ecstatic that I had Cup because I loved Cup in the movie. And my mom went and we went to go to the washateria at the apartment. I was playing with it, somehow got sidetracked and left the figure there. By the time by the time I got home, I realized I had left it. My dad was like, "All right, let's go walk over there and get it." It was gone. So I never had the figure again until late years later. But I love this like futuristic like truck that he was, and his character in the movie. This old like veteran, but he loved telling the stories and everything, and it would captivate an audience, which is kind of like my dad, whenever he gets into this whole thing where he's talking about stories, everybody just sits down and listens, because he's a good storyteller. Hell Swoop, good part. But I even love the contrast of colors here. You got two different shades of blue. You got the gunmetal gray. Very, very simplistic figure. But I love the way he transforms. We've had multiple iterations of him throughout the years. There was even one where they made him a modern truck. That was during the Generations line or the Origins. I get those because there's like a period of time from like 2010 to like I think 2014 that they were doing like these different style of Transformers that were really cool, but it was kind of if he had been modernized as a modern truck. Yeah, this guy was in the movie. Makes it all the way through. All right, and next up we got Minosaur. Minosaur all the way with his bots here. Was it Drag Strip, Wild Ride, Dead End, and Wind Rider, and then come on. Good storyteller. So you disagree with him, that's it. All Out Warrior. I've gotta fact check him and prove, or else it's a long day. All Out War. Spell check got me. It's all good. It's all right. Yeah, Motor Master. Yeah, there we go. I couldn't remember his name. So, honestly, even with the different colors for Minosaur, why'd I say that? Minosaur looks great, it works for what this figure is. He's this giant, big, bulky robot that has a trailer for his base. There's a mini car that becomes his chest. Love this toy. Love the new version of him. He is awesome. I think when Ryan comes back, I'll grab him. I have him over here. I can pull him up. Actually, I showed him in last episode. But this is the collector's set, of course. You got all the bots. Love the card art on this. And there you go. It shows you how to get them all transformed together. I don't know that the Decepticons got their own version of Optimus Prime with trailer. Right, yeah. Well, Motor Master, unfortunately, does not separate from his trailer. I mean, part of his trailer comes off. The rest of him turns into his own bot. So we'll get into that as soon as it pops up. And this is the one for Richard. I know he was saying about this. Here is Metroplex. This is the Autobot City. So it is kind of debated that in the movie, when RC and Springer go to transform Autobot City into its base mode, that, you know, all the guns and all that stuff come out, that base is actually Metroplex here. And it's like, so my dad's always like, so if this is Metroplex, why didn't they just transform him into the giant city and have them take on the Decepticons? But this was the Transformer that was like the size of, you know, a small toddler. This thing is huge. Next to, well, this wasn't as big though as Fort Max, and we'll get into Fort Max another episode. But still, this is very large Transformer. You're looking at maybe about a foot. Actually, it's Metro. Fort Max, it's the child-sized Transformer. But he would transform into 3 different things. You got a base mode, you got a transportation vehicle, and then you had him in his robot form. Very awesome. You got 6-gun. And I believe that's what, turret or something. I can't remember these two vehicles for him. Fort Max equals Fortress Base. I think there's a Decepticon version. Yes, the Decepticon version would have been Tripticon. And then later on, it would have been Scorponok. Never had this as a kid. I had a chance to pick this up not too long ago, but it wasn't complete. And part of the figure, I think one of the arms was broken and it had been glued, so I just kind of turned it down. I'd rather try to get either a Takara reissue from Japan, or just get a knockoff or something. I don't know. I mean, if I can get one that's not going to cost me an arm and a leg, that'd be nice, but still. And so on top of that, I would love to get the new one that is like the size of a 6-year-old, 10-year-old child that has just been released. That's on Hasbro. That's like $1,500. Yeah, hold on. Let me pull that up. I gotta pull that up. So you guys, hold on. BigBadToyStore.com is the site for all my Transformers and toy needs. Where are you at? You're still on pre-order, I know that, so I gotta find you. Third party Fort. Yeah, this thing is new. No, not Fort Max. It's Metroplex. Sorry. Yeah, 4-foot tall Metroplex. All right, let me see what this is called. This is Perfect. I or what it's called and who's releasing this. Hold on. Josh, if you know, let me know and post it in the chat. I gotta try to find this for you guys so you can see it. It is, yeah, here we go. It's M01 Steel Fortress. There we go. I'll pull this up. Sorry, it's $1,300. Oh my god, I want this so bad. I don't know where I would put it. I would find a place, but yeah. Here, hold on. We're gonna open a tab, put this here, paste, do that. All right, guys, look at this bad boy. This thing is the size of a child. Let me make sure you guys can see this right, so I can. Oh, there we go. Okay, all right, all right. It did. Was that a question? Well, I was gonna see if you could find it for me, but like, this thing is huge, guys. I mean, you're looking at 4 feet tall. This giant Metroplex. I mean, it's like the size that I would want the Macross to be. Apparently it has LEDs. You have different faces. You can make it into base form. Yeah, 1,300 is like a 2-week worth of pay. Yeah, let me call all my bills, my bill, my utilities, my car company. Hey guys, I can't pay you right now. I have to have this. I'm buying a second child. I'm adopting a second child. I mean, like, this thing is huge. So yeah, you for this one, since it's so large, you got to put down a almost a $200 non-refundable down payment for this. It is 4 feet tall in robot mode, highly detailed, features magnetic controlled light up system, light up effects. Let's see. Goes from robot mode, fortress mode to battleship mode. Batteries required. Steel fortress figure, 2 alternate face places, 10 laser cannons, 2 high energy microwave cannons. Do those microwave cannons work? Like, there's videos of like people like trying to like just show it off. It is crazy large. Let me see if I can find an image where it's somebody holding it. Hold on. Let me do this. Hold on. We're getting sidetracked here, guys, but this thing is amazing. Gosh, I want this thing so bad. I want this. So, like, in comparison, this would hold your like modern Transformers really well, like almost proportionally sized. But could you imagine like a Unicron figure? Like, how large that would be?
All right, I'm back.
I'm showing off how large this this Transformer, the modern version of this third-party Metroplex is. It is 4 feet 4 feet tall.
No.
Look at this shit. This is nuts. Like, look how big it is compared to that printer.
That's what she said.
It is crazy. Crazy large, guys. Crazy.
Bigly,
Bigly huge. I'm gonna be adopting a child. Extremely giant child in the house. Badass. I need to ask if for a loan or sell one of my kidneys for this one. 4 feet, about large as a 7-year-old kid. Phrasing Vince, am I? Dude, yeah, I would like it's like the Macross, man. I mean, like this would be, I just like to have a Macross this size would be amazing. Oh my god, I'm completely off into my own world of like wanting this thing, but whatever. All right, anyway, we'll go back. So we were going over Metroplex here, and I was showing off the newer third-party one that's like 4 feet tall. So what's your take, Ryan?
I love Metroplex. I have this.
Dude, yeah, it's a great figure.
Mine's missing the hands though. Sadly.
Okay, the actual fist for the bot. Yeah, these two.
Yeah. But I have the rest of it. Cause I got it for like, 40, $50 on a deal on eBay, and I wanted to have it with no hands versus not at all.
Well, it's like I have Scorpionox, but he's missing most of his stuff. But it's cool to just have the body to put with my other figures.
Yeah, that's the great thing about Transformers. Unlike other figures that may be missing things like helmets or weapons, or sometimes the Transformers, they look so cool, and you put them on a shelf with all your other ones, and you can kind of get away with missing some parts, and it's okay,
Yeah. So on a side note, because they're both Josh and Boiling said about like Gundam that size would be awesome. So there used to be, and Josh would know this. Used to be an anime store over in the Rice Village that we used to go to called Planet Anime. Well, they had I think a 4 foot tall Zaku, and it was Shars from the original series. That was really cool, but it was static, and I think they got it imported from Japan. That would have been great to have too. But yeah, like having the original Gundam would be nice, or any of the later ones, the GPO one. All right, so next up we got Motor Master, leader of the Stunticons and the chest and head of Minosaur. So you're gonna like the contrast on just Minosaur alone, because you got the black, he's got those purple windows, the gray trailer.
Moto Master.
Which he partially forms into kind of a base kind of way, and then here he is in bot mode. Very blocky. I mean, there's been better renditions of this figure. What's up, Vin? Stunticon leader. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. See, Vinny knows his Transformers. I bet, you know what? I bet if you didn't collect video games and vinyls, he'd be a Transformer collector. And he's gonna bust out and go, I have some of my stuff from my childhood, Vince.
This one's bling blinging.
Oh hell yeah, man. I stay in block mode, right? Well, look at him. He's like, all right, I'm a robot. But look, half of the trailer is my feet, so I'm just going to roll along. Next up, we got the other, because remember we did talk about this last time, and we have already shown one of the triple changers, and this is Octane. So you got stupid ads that just show up and are annoying, that get in the way. He transformed into a jet airliner, which is pretty good looking. I like that a lot.
Big old jet airliner.
He's gonna fly you to anywhere you want to go. But then he would turn into a tanker truck, which is left to your imagination. I mean, there was some cool design aesthetics, right? You got the wings that go on the sides that are rounded, so it gives the tanker appearance. You got the front of the actual truck here, and then you had to put the arm somewhere, right? So they just kind of fold on themselves. But kind of his two designs that were really good for this figure are his jet mode and in his robot form. Very nice, very, very nice, very Decepticon-y color scheme here. Yeah, because at any moment I may need to take 300 passengers somewhere. You feel me? That is so true, man.
He's kind of looking a little Warhammer there.
I could see it. I could see it. He's a big jet airliner. Transforms from tanker truck to jet mode. To jet to robot and back. Just sent you a pic and message. Alright, hold on, give me a second. Josh, I'll check that out. Ooh, that is awesome, dude. These are the Hasbro releases too. Oh crap. Tombstone. Josh just sent me the newer Hasbro releases for Power Rangers. He's got the Megazord and then the Dragon Zord. That is awesome.
Nice.
That is awesome. Well, hey Josh, like if before you open them, you let me know. I'll come over and we'll make a video of we'll do an unboxing of them. Combiner that combines into more. Yes, that is true. That is the ultimate combiner. A combiner that combines into another combiner that forms into another combiner that is just the leg of a giant combiner. Alright, so Onslaught. Here we go. This is the leader of the Combaticons. As I was saying, he's a truck transport cannon artillery gun vehicle. Already been opened, just not displayed. Okay, well we can I can still come over and we can do a video at some point discussing them, what your thoughts are. Need to redo the display. Okay. Still in that very awesome like military style, you know, that you got that navy blue with the olive green. You can turn him into an artillery platform. And what he is known for, and that is one of the things that's known for the figure in general, or when he's in the Combaticon and Bruticus mode, is that his twin barrel cannons on his back.
Let's see him.
Yeah, there you go. He should be up right now.
Interesting.
What's good though is like he, even though like his arms are a little blocky, his proportions are pretty good. Like he's got some good proportions on him.
His head looks like a chimney.
Oh, the gun barrels, right? I understand that. Yeah.
His head looks like one of those I don't know, like like a steel factory
Yeah.
with the where the the
Yeah.
fumes go out the top.
Yeah,
They're
I know.
melting steel.
Um, Josh said he had to put up his. He's redoing his displays. He had to put up the Joes. So you had to put up the Joes in the living room. Oh wow. Okay. He just said he needs to close his storage. It's too expensive now, dude. That's why I had to stop, man. I can't put stuff in storage anymore. I either need to display it or just store it in this house somewhere. So
Yeah,
I.
when I put everything in, when I made the guest room in my house into a toy game room, and I built all the shelves, I feel like I displayed everything in a way that I could not top. So I've never tried to change the display. It stayed. I can't beat the way I presented it.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that, especially like with where you're living and stuff, and you're not having a lot of foot traffic go through it. So, yeah, I mean, for me, I've always, and you can ask any of my friends, like even Josh, I've always rearranged like my setup. Um, like even now, like I had rearranged everything where my bookshelves are on one end, behind the
Yeah, but
couch, and
you can. You've come out with ways you think you can top it.
oh
You
yes,
didn't have
100%,
shelving.
yeah.
Now you're adding shelving. That's why you're doing it. See, I already had all the shelving, and everything was themed like different toy lines on the same shelf. I mean, the same toy lines on the same shelf. So it's like, because I started that way, I can't top it. I can't make it better. You know?
Yeah, no, I get that, especially with the space of what you're utilizing, and then like you're not having
Because you're adding more shelves. That's why.
Mhm. Well, and I went ahead and I bought some these wall mounted shelves for like or brackets for shelves that are different than the ones we talked about it before. I got them in today, so I realized that the shelves that I had aren't going to fit on it. They're just too big, so I'm gonna have to go to Home Depot probably this weekend to go
I'll
look.
tell you some shit that's horrible to display.
Hmm.
Godzilla.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Batmobile.
yes,
Batmobile.
yes.
Horrible to display. Take up so much space. Take up more space than that fat girl you took home from the bar when you were really drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Take up a lot of space. Not that there's anything wrong with that. And it was a really good time when you got it and when you brought her home. So when you brought that Godzilla and that Batmobile home, but once it's in your house, you don't know where to put her.
Well, okay, we talk about this, but like Josh is on a whole other level with this GI Joe collection and the vehicles and stuff. Like, because having the USS flag that's like 7 feet long, like that is a awkward display piece at some point. Like, if you don't have the space to display it, that's a bit much. Even the freaking the Defiant shuttle is a pain, or the Technodrome or the Terradrome. Technodrome's a turtle. Even that is a bit much to
The
display.
fucking Godzilla's tails, man, and the just the length of the Batmobiles, and especially the one I just got, the Batman Forever Batmobile with the long fin.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then so like that's my thing too. Is like now that I've amassed even more stuff, I'm having to find creative ways to display this stuff. Which is the reason why I bought these shelves, because I'm going to be able to put shelves over my TV and all that stuff, so I can actually display more of my things and have it look a little bit more presentable. I want my Transformers out. So, we do get some re-releases or redecoed versions of figures. And actually, hold on, let me read some of the chat here real quick. So, Josh was talking about that the Dinobots. Hold on, actually, let me go back up. We're gonna go to boiling. Still think it missed the opportunity for the Dinobots to not to be a combiner, but it didn't stop them from giving Devastator a hard time. Correct. But Josh commented the fact that they did make the Dinobots into a combiner, and that was part of the Power of the Primes line, and they made Volcanicus is what his name is. And it's only a subset for that. You can actually get a third-party version, which is much larger. Still a cool combiner. It's cool that the Dinobots combine. But the best Dinobot figures that you can get right now are going to be the ones for the Studio Series. The gun barrels look like smokestacks. He was talking about Onslaught. They did the newer Transformers show. Yes, they did. Power of the Primes. The Dinobots became combiner. Yeah, I had to put up the Joes so the Moose didn't knock them down. Because my vintage flag costs too much. Everything will be stacked in front of the shelves. What you need to do, Josh, is you need to take your USS flag and like custom make some of those Harrier or those turbines that you could put on the side and make it like the Avengers helicarrier. See, and then had to redo the closet, but my room is pretty much done. So awesome. That's great. It just took them over 30 years to do it, right? Yes, that is 100% true. No, flag takes up a lot of space, but better later than never. I had to come up with a way to display the flag. The Technodrome I have on a Walmart folding table works. My Defiant is stuck at the toy store because it's massive and I have no room. Moose is Bella. I know. She's that's the word. Like, look, I love having cats. I mean, this is a very cat friendly show. Both me and Ryan are cat people. But man, cats will knock down shit all the time. You may display something beautifully, but if they just want to get up there, they will get up there and they will knock it down. It is frustrating. All right, so back to the conversation at hand. We got 2 redecos of previous Microbots, right? And this is going to be Brawn and Gears. No, Huffer. Gears, Brawn and Huffer. So we got Outback, which is the Brawn remold. Image is a little blurry there, guys, so I apologize. Terrible monsters. Now, the difference with this guy, though, is that he actually has hands versus with Brawn, he had, like, these claws. So they were definitely changing these figures up, and I believe his head sculpt is different, too. So what's your thoughts, Ryan, on him?
I'm going to call this one... Not gonna like it.
You like it or you don't like it?
You're not gonna like what I'm gonna call this one.
Okay, all right. Is this the I'm gonna go get some ribs vehicle? Some baby back ribs?
I would call this vehicle Turd Nugget.
Josh said he looks like a hot dog. Ask me about here. He is a hot dog vendor salesman. That's what he looks like. He looks like he's in a Oscar Mayer wiener costume. That's hilarious. I'm never gonna unsee that now. He's in an Oscar Mayer wiener costume. I'll never unsee it. And of course, for Huffer, we got pipes, retool, another trailer transport. Man, the images are blurry. He's got cannons for arms. He's ready to combat. He's ready to shoot you where you stand. Or they said, I would say the vehicle looks fine, but the robot form looks ridiculous. Wiener Schnitzel. What do you think of pipes, Ryan?
Uh, this one looks kind of cheap.
Okay, I can see that. Very, very GoBot-esque, you would say.
Yeah, definitely go bot.
This is almost very much a cash grab, right? You just remolded this guy with a different color scheme. You didn't even go into the process of trying to like change any kind of designs on him. Where like with at least with Outback, they gave him hands instead of like the claws that Braun got. Now, of course, we talked about this a minute ago, or a while ago actually. But here is Predaking with all of his glory. Big, big, beefy bot.
Bigly, you chucker, excuse me.
Putting GoBot. You know, they in G2, we did get cars that were called GoBots. It was a subline of, because at the time I think Hasbro had acquired the rights to GoBots.
This figure's theme song will be "I'm Your Fire Starter."
Twisted Fire Starter. Yes, yes.
Bom bom bing, bom 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 bing.
I can hear these guys listening to Prodigy. Twisted Fire Starter.
Now play my game. And hell, you're the victim. Now play my game.
Inhale, inhale. You are the victim. Anyway, I could totally sing that whole song.
Bom bom bing, bom bom bada bom bing. Then you do the hair like him. Shave your middle of your head and do the like.
No, I'm not shaving shit.
Mohawk.
Yeah, right. Go to Mohawk, right? All right. So unfortunately, there's no other images of him. Most of them are going to be
It's
as
also
the
very,
individual.
very Power Rangers too. There, you know.
It is. It is very, very, very Power Rangers. As far as I remember, like Josh said, this is an ancient set of bots here. Binder.
Go go Power Rangers! You mighty morphin Power Rangers!
All right, so I'm gonna say this out to the universe. I need somebody to take the Predacons and recreate the intro from Power Rangers when they were running together. They formed together to make the giant Zord. Even though I'm sorry, but Predaking or any of these combiners. Well, I would say Predaking, Devastator, maybe Computron, Area Bots would take on the Zord, the Megazord easily. You know what? I would even throw in there Abominus would totally take him out. But so we got more of the cassette robots. Here you go, your micro cassettes. This is going to be Ram Horn and Eject. I believe these are going to be for Blaster. Yeah, these should be Blaster spots. So I'll put those up like that. It's always weird at looking at eject, because I always thought that like it was weird that the hole where the cassette tape would go in looked like his actual hands, but his actual hands are like below that. So he's got like Popeye syndrome.
I can see that.
And what's not to love about a robotic rhino with missile pods on each side?
Then the Ron Burgundy mixtape.
Right? Famicom cassette tape. Not with the sword of power, they won't. Sight beyond sight, the sword of omens. Well, and the thing is too is like the way he transforms. You use the hole for his guns, which is so weird. But like you kind of get an idea of what it was with the card art there. And we'll go ahead and get into Rat Bat and Frenzy. You mean Ravage? There's the purple and blue cassette tapes there. Not much to add, but what was really cool was like getting Rat Bat. Like that was really awesome. The way he transformed out, he looks, I would even say, just as good as Laserbeak for its transformation. And of course, it doesn't have the frenzy look for him for in his bod mode, other than the card art. I'm sorry, this is always going to be Rumble. I don't care what anybody says. That's the color of
I don't know
Rumble.
why it's not even the same color scheme, but I'm thinking of that flying dinosaur on Pee-wee. Hello, Pee-wee. They would always talk to him like that.
Yeah.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of dinosaur is that?
I don't remember. I don't remember what it was. I remember the scene, but I can't think of it at the moment. All right, so we got Rampage, which is the Cougar member of the Predacons here. Not much to say. I mean, it looks good. It works. I mean, most people aren't going to really be displaying this guy as its alternate form. But I do have to say, when in bot mode, it looks pretty good.
It's decent.
You know, it hides the animal legs really well. Gotta love the gold accents to the figure. You got the gold sword here too. Not bad. Then you got Rewind and Steeljaw, which was I think the last of the cassettes for this wave, or this the series. These are two more for Blaster. They actually just released him part of the a more modern version of him for Steeljaw.
I can dig this one.
All right, and then next up is the leader of the Predacons, and that is Razorclaw, the lion. Simba, all of this that the light touches is yours, kingdom. That would have been a total different movie with this guy as Simba. He would have completely crushed Scar beneath its toes. Not much. Unfortunately, this does not have the image for him in bot mode. That's okay. Yep, he performs the chest and body of Predaking. Next up, Rodimus Prime. I do have him complete. It's not an original. It was picked up within the last 2 years from my buddy Rob at his shop. This is what I was talking about. This is the Space Winnebago that Rodimus Prime turns into. This is the car that, like I said, the Gridswalls would take on vacation somewhere. Right? You agree with me on that? This is like completely flashy, like that he would totally get.
Holiday roll. I found out long ago. Oh, long way down Holiday Road. You know that's Lindsey Buckingham, right, from Fleetwood Mac?
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, so definitely different aesthetic. You can see where the color scheme stays the same. He is missing some stickers here. You should have like stickers covering the screws there and the crotch area, or the groin cloth area. There were some stickers on the legs. He had a very simplistic transformation, but still worked well for what it was. He's got 2 twin laser cannons in the back of the trailer. You can see him standing in it, firing his little turret there. But that's about it. I mean, like, he didn't get much. And you compare this to what we got with, like, Prime, it's kind of a sad comparison. I mean, I wish they would have put a little more thought into the design of this figure. Because, like, if you look at him, it looks like his... At least from this image, he looks like his arms are lower than they need to be. And I believe it's just the way the placement is, or where the pinhole is. And a lot of it has to do with the transformation of the figure. But overall, it's a decent representation. And I'm glad I have him in my collection. What you got in as far as this robot mode, Ryan? Is it speaking to you? Is it saying it needs to?
It's another Pumpkinator.
It is another Pumpkinator. You can definitely tell they were loving the oranges at this point in time. All right, a reverse scenario here where the bat form looks better than the Transformer mode. That is true for Ratbat. He's the one with the chest that forms Predaking. Yep. How could they turn an awesome-looking hot rod sports car into a multi-passenger FX show? When he evolved into Rodimus Prime, his transformation de-evolved. It didn't look too bad in the movie, honestly, but I mean, it still was like, okay, well, I don't know if there was a really kind of any thought that went into it, honestly. All right, now these two guys I had as a kid. I don't have them anymore. I love these. These were like the evolution to the Twin Twist and the other one. I can't remember. The ones that you pulled back, they would roll and they would transform. Like they're auto transformers. Love these guys. What's up, Henny? How's it going, brother? Of course, both these guys were the same model car. I don't remember which the car was. But these were called Battle Changers. Love this whole like kit look. I can't do that, Michael. It's going to be a bit bumpy. But as you roll them back, they would roll forward and it would auto transform. Really cool. cool design, very fun playability. I love these things as a kid. I'm very content with having both of the modern re-releases where they actually kind of took some inspiration for how this transforms.
True.
And of course his brother, Run Amok. I don't need to log in. You just open up. You have all these freaking ads on your damn site, guys. But thank you. Thank you for allowing me to use it for a purpose of making videos and having fun with my friends online. Love this whole like gold, white, and black aesthetic for him. Actually, he was... Actually, I think I like the other one better. But there you go. There's him in robot mode. It was kind of weird because like where his arm placement was, or at least where you would put the gun on the figure, was on the shoulder instead of in the hand. But I do wish I had these again. I mean, I'm good with the new ones, but they don't have the auto rollback and transformation feature. All right, so this is I think the third of the triple changers. This is Sandstorm. There has been multiple iterations of him. There's actually a newer one that came out that has this more cargo chopper look that you see here. Because the other one that came out during the Generations line looked like it had like turbines. I can't remember the name of the vehicle that it would look like. But I don't know. I mean, I don't mind the orange and this like yellow mustard color scheme. I never had the figure, but I love the more modern versions of him. He goes from the helicopter to a dune buggy, which is what I really like. This looks like it was played in the sand. Wow. There's one without the stickers. This must have been one that was just taken out of the box. The...
Oh.
I don't know.
Candy corn?
Yeah, it's very, very candy corn. That is 100% true. Like I said, we were saying earlier, they loved orange this series.
Pumpkinator.
Pumpkinator. He's gonna fly you to get some candy or race you there. Ooh, 3 transformations. When I was younger, I used to think the song said robots in the skies. I love that. That's great. I love those things that we used to do as kids, that we would hear something and then like completely change it. Like, wait, oh wait, you mean this is actually what they were saying? My mind is blown. All right, so we're on to the last bit of Transformers here. This is going to be like the last, what, 16 Transformers? So, up next, we got Scourge, which is the space... I don't know what you would say. Like, this looks like the ship or the... So if you watch the Masters of the Universe movie with He-Man and with Dolph Lundgren, this looks like the thing he flew on, or he was standing on, the flying disc. Very bland. It needs its stickers. It's missing some love there. What's your take, Ryan? What's your take just for so far on his vehicle mode?
Plain.
Yeah, very plain. Looks like Looks like they were trying to go with that whole Flight of the Navigator look, right? Of course, in his robot mode, looks a little bit better. You know, he's got these little wings and everything. He's got that sculpted stash and chin goatee there.
It has got some from on. Yeah, it's the lag.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Oh, dude, you know who this looks like?
Huh?
Dark Side.
Yes, it does.
Dark
It does
Deed.
look like Sarkdeed. Yes. Yes.
Right?
Holy shit. Oh my god, I'm never gonna unsee that now. He's
Dude, so much. So much.
Oh my gosh, I gotta tell my dad that. Oh man.
Remember McFarlane recently put out Obese Darkseid?
Dude,
Yeah.
that was so bad. I wanted that figure just because I thought it was gonna be good, but then when you see it, he just looks like one day he decided to have like Baskin Robbins and a couple other just like maybe he was depressed because he couldn't beat Superman, so like he had a day of like just eating himself to death.
Right?
But yeah, here you go. If you look at the box here, you can definitely see where the sticker and the paint deco was for what it should have looked like versus the this flying disc with blue on it. We've definitely gotten some better versions of him recently. Maybe because they want the orange color because the toy guns back in the day looked real, so adding the orange tips with that's true. I get that. I that's a good point. It looks like a hovercraft. Yes, it does. Yeah, bland maybe understated is an understatement. Someone missed the deadline. There's some yellow spots on it. I hope it's not what I think it is. There's no telling with kids back then.
Pee-pee stains?
Bodily fluid. It looks like it could have been Coca-Cola. Like mommy spilled her coffee on it. I have no clue. It's flying through space. It's got a bunch of debris on it, you know? Maybe it's just trying to be a little more accurate. Now, this is going to be cool because we're going to get into more of the... Because, okay. So, next up is Silverbolt. He is the leader of the aerial bots. He's, supposed to be a Concorde jet? Jet that we don't actually have, or I don't think flies anymore. But this, for those who don't know, this is the jet that used to like fly into the like kind of the stratosphere and then come down. I can't wait for this figure, the new one to come out. What's your thoughts, Ryan?
I see robot form.
All right, we'll get another. So there's his like base form, and then you got your robot form. Let me know. Can you see him? I'll move it if I need to.
Not yet.
Okay, I need to move it. Hold on a second. Give me a second. Go back here, and then. There you go. It should be popping up here in a second.
Still a split image. Okay, now I see it.
Yeah.
I just feel like I can't make out the head really on this one.
It is. Yeah, it's a little small. Well, let me see if I can do this real quick so you can see it better.
The rest of the figure looks cool. I just like the head is not pronounced.
No, you're right on that. Here. Move this over just a little bit. Can you see it better? I mean, it's really hard to see, like with the lighting they did for this when taking the picture of the image, in that like that cream white color for the plastic they used. So I get it. I get that it's a little bit much. It's hard to see even on my end.
Yeah, I dig it though.
Yeah, I mean overall it's a really nice figure. I always loved like the aerial bots. All right, so next up we got Skydive here. I believe that's what, like your MiG. Bear with me, folks, if I get the type of jets wrong. Disproportionate, perhaps? Slightly, yeah, I think. Jet form and base form look cool, but robot form looks kind of strange. The torso looks kind of too long, but the frame, when transformed to jet, is so long. I guess it's designed. Yeah. Well, part of it, you know, they had to factor in the how it would transform when it was going into the body form of it. So what do you think of
I'm
Sky?
still on the robot version.
Okay. Should be... Should be there now.
Okay. I hate to say what this one looks like.
Go for it. Hey, we haven't held back all episode.
Looks like 40s like King Kong.
I could see that.
With a life preserver. What's the matter, son? You jump ship?
That's hilarious. Yeah, so
King Kong, we gotta get you Back to the Future.
Somebody's got to get this guy laid. So yes, this is a jet combiner. For you can either make him the leg or the arm for Superion. Now this is what I was talking about. So if you look at the head, right, and right underneath, there's that black plastic area. So normally what would happen is like when you form him into Superion, you would hook the head inside of a hole on the foot. But if you were to take the head and move it forward, it would make the peg in front of the chest, and that would allow you to make it into an arm. That goes back to the whole thing that like a lot of these combiners were very modular. So if you didn't have all the figures for a complete set, but if you had enough for like maybe you had like Dead End, you had a couple aerial bots, you had say Onslaught, like you could hodgepodge a combiner together if you didn't have all of them. As long as you had a main bot as far as for the body, each of the legs could be modularly done. You got Slingshot here. I think he's also a Harrier. I don't remember. I mean, not much to say about this one. There are some weird kind of designs things that I just kind of find weird aesthetically. I mean, like you got the fuselage of the body of the jet, and then you got this little like small cockpit that just kind of protrudes. It wouldn't be very aerodynamic, to say the least. And you're barely going to see his head.
I can dig this.
Yeah. I mean, overall, it's not bad. To be honest, it's not a bad figure. He has a little bit of an orange face. but it's all right. I've always loved the characters. I mean, they've really been cool. All right, so I think this is the third and final of this series. Triple Changers, and this would have been Springer. So if you've watched the movie, you know this character. He goes from helicopter to vehicle mode. Orange face looking ass. Honestly, I like all of his modes. I even like his robot mode. It does look reminiscent enough of the character from the cartoon. I never had one as a kid, but I wouldn't mind picking up one. What's your take, Ryan? What's your take on Springer here?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Transformers.
He's like, what?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Transformers.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Transform. Yeah, with the shredder head. I could see
Robots in a half shell. Robot power.
Yo, Vince, you're the truth when I say it. It held in esteem. Okay, I do my best, Vin. I do my best, man. All right, so yeah, no, dude, I get that. I totally get that. It looks like, because of the yellow front, looks like the front of the shell, and then you got the green like turtle color, and then he's got a shredder head. We got.
I feel like I thought I'd seen this one at Walmart recently.
Yes, they have done a recent version of him. I have him. I'll do. If I get some time, I'm gonna sit down and try to do some like individual videos on like certain Transformers, especially stuff I pick up. It'll be nice and fun to do. All right, Streetwise is a cop. Is the only other cop besides Prowl. I'm sorry, but Barricade did not exist. Take that, Michael Bay. We wanted to do a Decepticon cop car.
Like this vehicle would be like, what was Shatner's cop show?
Oh, come on. I know it too. For some reason, Hawaii Five-0 is coming to my head, and that's not it. That's all right. Well, let me look it up. Hold on. TJ Hooker. That's what it was.
Yep, that's a TJ Hooker cop car right there.
Driving around. Have you seen this boy?
Huh.
Yep, he is a member of Defensor. Next up, here we go. We got the complete package for Superion. There's all the jets. His accessories. Once it loads, I'll move down to get to the bot mode of Superion.
Yeah, hasn't loaded for me yet.
That face is... I feel like the paint had rubbed off on that Springer figure, honestly. Boiling. Alright, so, yeah, you got the 5 jets. You kind of get to see his armor and everything that builds the figure. It looks like this one's missing some parts. But here is Superion. In his glory. If you guys ever get a chance, so there was a company that picked up the rights to do comics for Transformers, and the artwork is amazing. It is everything that I wanted at the time for a Transformers comic, and it took place after season 2, but before the movie. And it talks about like Megatron finding a way to. He's trying to turn Earth into Cybertron, a new Cybertron, and Superion like it is in it heavily, but like most of the G1 Transformers that we know and love from that first season and second season are in that comic, and it's beautifully done. And I would recommend to seek it out.
Yeah, this one's badass.
Oh yeah, this one's great. All right, so yeah, we got 2 more of the because we got Swerve and then we got Tailgate. So Swerve is the Gears repaint. Not much to see here. He's a microbot. There's his robot form. It really sucks that they don't have any of this stuff in good image, good quality. So I do apologize. But not a bad figure. The contrast of red and white is not too bad. I do have him, but it is what it is. And of course, Tailgate, which is Wind Charger's alternative vehicle or alternative figure or redeco. You're right, Vin. You're right. The image is still visible. It's just a better high quality res image here versus over here. So you at least get to see the figure. And it's pretty good glory. Most of these mini bots were re-released through Walmart by Hasbro a couple years ago. But they're out of, you're not going to be able to get them anymore. I mean, you could probably get them. You might be able to get them for like 10, 15 bucks maybe. If you look around, go to some shops, they may have them. So this is the one, Ryan, that you were talking about. Like it looked weird because of the mud color. This is Swindle. He is the military Jeep. Kind of gives you the vibes of like what, Jackal a little bit. Pretty,
I can see that.
Especially with that like cannon there.
Oh yeah.
But typically, Swindle is usually the leg of Bruticus. Vince said he missed all this stuff. Thank God I don't collect this. Imagine I never have any money anymore. That's why I was making that joke earlier, dude. Like if you didn't have, I bet if like you didn't have a video game collection and a vinyl collection, you'd have a Transformer collection. You would be one of us collecting toys. All right, so next up, and I think this is the last of the Predacons. This is Tantrum. He's a bull. Not much I can say about that. And one of the good things too is like there's some really good representation for the animals that they're trying to replicate with these combiners. Bod modes aren't bad either. Still, it gives me that Halloween colors. It's a big pumpkin. Now, here is the other thing that is sought after. I'd love to have this. It actually is getting re-released, but it's been re-released many times. But there is a more modern version that's getting re-released with this color scheme. And this is Triptychon. This one turned into a dinosaur, into a base, and into a flying fortress. The cool thing about this figure is it had a mechanical feature where it would actually move and walk. Unfortunately, I don't think they have images of it in base mode, other than here. But this is the Decepticon equivalent to Metroplex. Freaking Mechagodzilla, right? Flying Fortress. Ryan, would you love to have this one?
Oh hell yeah. Let me get a full size.
Here, hold on, let me see if I can get it to.
Well, I've always wanted this one. I put it next to my Godzillas.
Oh yeah, it's about the size of those like larger Godzilla figures that came out that we had been getting. Yeah, but
That's a 10 out of 10.
I would love to have this. I have the Titans Returns, or the larger one that we got years later. I need to get him out. He's been in my storage for a while. These guys are so big, though, the newer ones, that it's hard to display them. Okay. And of course, we got the soldier of the Autobots, Ultra Magnus. What is not to love about a car carrier with the cab of Optimus Prime just painted white with a blue face?
Yeah.
Love this guy. I loved every version that we've gotten of him. The best one that we've gotten is the Studio Series one. Man, that thing is my...
Ultra Magnus. I have Ultra Magnus. Yep. I have this one.
Yeah, dude, this is such a great figure. Yeah, nice.
Fully complete. I have it complete.
So this one's missing a hand, which is a common thing with the Prime figures. And he's also missing a hand in the bod mode. Oh, both hands. Holy shit. That's okay. So this was re-released multiple times. They were back in like 2004 or 2005. Toys R Us got the rights to release Ultra Magnus, Optimus Prime, and Hot Rod. And then they did like these special edition like multi-packs of different figures. But yeah, definitely a cool character. Most iconic. Robert Stax was the voice of him in the movie. The dude who did Unsolved Mysteries. Yeah, but what's not to love about this guy?
Oh yeah, dude, and mine's I'll probably say mine's complete. I bought Optimus first, and then I bought Ultra Magnus to start off.
Your Transformers.
To start off my collection.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to Perceptor. Who else did I get? Then I went to get a few Pretenders, to just kind of vary the collection a little bit. I got who's one of the villain Pretenders that looks kind of like a beast, like almost like a devil.
Oh, with the skull face?
Yeah, I got him.
What's his name? I actually love that character.
I know.
Is it Skullgrim?
Yeah, I do. Dude, I just
or Bludgeon. It's Bludgeon. It's Bludgeon, I think.
Vince, I don't really know the series that well because
Mm-hmm.
It was a little before my time, but I do love watching it. And I just went through all of the figures on eBay, and I was just like, what pops for me? What? and that's the stuff that hit me. Obviously Optimus, but
Mm-hmm.
the Ultra Magnus hit me. Like, let's say the skull. What's the skull one? The Pretender. That one hit me.
It should be Bludgeon.
So I thought Perceptor was cool. Just certain ones were speaking to me, and that's how I picked them.
Oh hell yeah, man! There's nothing wrong with that. You get what you like, and then as you watch the show, you start, wanting to get other characters and stuff. But like
Yeah.
some of the representation isn't that great, but it's the nostalgia factor on it. All right, so Vortex is the last of the Combaticons. He is the military helicopter. I don't remember which helicopter. I think it's an Apache. Okay, and so this is something too. So Boiling says he wish we had more Transformer games back in the 18 and 16 bit. I agree with you because that Ultra Magnus Transformer game that was out that never came out here in Japan is awful.
Dude, I was just about to. I was in Best Buy picking up that Donkey Kong Returns HD yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and I was about to text you. But you were live playing your game. And then I stopped by anyway, but I forgot to ask you when you're live because I seen a Transformers game in Best Buy. And it's like the one where you're racing, but then you turn into robot mode.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that game?
What system is it on?
It's on Switch and PlayStation 5. You're not familiar with this game? I don't know if it just came out. And then I looked up a review. Dude, I had to look up a review. I didn't have my phone on me. I looked up a review on the Best Buy fucking computer there set up. And yeah, dude, you don't want to pull up this game. The footage looks good, and it's all the classic Transformers.
Oh, is it the Transformers Galactic Chase or Galactic Trial? I think there's Trials. Galactic Trials. Okay.
And like racing, but then you're in like the robot mode during part of it.
I'll check it out. It's only $40. That's not bad.
The footage looks pretty good. I think there was like 15, 16 Transformers in it that you can unlock.
Yeah, I'll have to look. I know there was that one that they had made a trailer for where it was like you're there it was the apocalypse and they were rebuilding a robot. You find out it's Bumblebee and it's related to Transformers. That game got canceled. I figured it would, considering. But yeah, I'll check that out. I'll Galactic Chase Trial.
Maybe even show the chat, like you able to show them just like 30 seconds of like a launch trailer on it.
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull it up real quick.
Because the figures look good. I mean the characters look good. Representative of the
Transformers Galactic
that
Trial.
Michael Bay shit.
So it's an arcade style game. Looks like. Okay.
Yeah. It's one of the modes. Yeah, just show chat the launch trailer.
Yeah, here I grabbed it. See, copy.
I was kind of surprised that I thought it looked pretty cool.
This is by Xbox, so we can do this. They can't say nothing.
It's a related segue.
Yeah, it is. Scourge. Cool. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I mean it's something, right? It's a Transformers game. Is it gonna be what like we want one to be? Probably not, but it's a you know.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to give it a shot, man. Let's see. So, yeah, Vortex, last of the Combaticons. Of course, here is his Transformer phone. Transformer mode, robot mode. Basically, the tail becomes his arms.
How many figures we got left? Because I got to make another round, but
We got
unless we go,
we got three
yeah.
left. We got three left. We're good after this.
Okay.
Wheelie, which was in the movie, of course, the microbot that became friends with Grimlock. Why boy hit my nose?
That's a pretty interesting.
What's up, Shode? What's up,
Yo,
y'all?
Shode.
Late, but hey, yeah, you're good, brother. Don't worry. This is a very long episode because there's so much to cover for just Series 3 of Transformers, and we're on the last 3 right now. What were you saying though? It goes back to that orange theme that we're talking about for most of these figures in this wave. It's like it's candy corn color.
Fanta.
It's Fanta. It's Fanta colors.
Orange Fanta.
Now that's candy corn.
It's I always laugh at that Orangina. I call it Orangina.
or China.
Do they still have that orange soda?
Oh no, I don't know, man. Like I haven't drinking a soda in like almost like.
Dude, this is a goofy ass figure. This looks like some shit like in Willy Wonka, like a kid got transformed into a candy corn and Willy Wonka.
And then he transforms into a robot. Yeah.
You ate too many candy corn. Look, come with me, you will see a world of pure imagination. You will turn into a big candy corn. Oompa doompa doopa dee da. If you screw up, you'll turn into candy corn. Oompa doompa doopa dee dee.
He does look like a candy corn racer. You know also what he looks like? You remember the Fraggle Rock Happy Meal cars? That's kind of what it looks like. It looks like they took off the Fraggle Rock character and just left the car there.
Orangina is a popular French soda.
Don't see it much though. Orange Gina. Okay. That's such a weird name.
Dude, the face on that figure is so derpy too. What's this figure's name?
His name was Wheelie.
Wheelie is.
He's kind of like the Jar Jar character for Transformers.
What's the phrase you say? You never go fully remastered.
Yeah. No. It's retired. Never go full retired.
No, never go fully retired.
Fully retired. Yes. All right. So here's Wild Rider. He is the last of the Stunticons. I've always actually loved his bod mode. I don't know. I just like that red and black or the gunmetal color. Looks amazing.
It looks like some RoboCop shit.
Oh, I could see it.
Wheelie Wonka.
Oh, Willy Wonka. Yes. It's Orange Gina. Okay. Technically.
China.
RG. Yeah. It's Orangile. Alright, last of the Transformers for season or Series 3. And that is Wreck-Gar, voiced by Eric Idle of Monty Python fame.
Name Rectum?
Yes, it's Rectum. No, it's Wreck-Gar.
Rectar. Rectum guard.
Yeah, like wreck, like car wreck, and then gar. He's missing pieces. He looks like a cat scram. Oh god.
That was dirty. That's what they used to call Lindsay Lohan, Orangina.
So Wreck-Gar here looks like a cat who's stretching or who's scratching his ass on the floor, and you have to clean it up and stop them from doing it because of, you know, they got shit stuck to their ass.
Ugh. That is not a nice thought.
Isn't that the worst, man? Being a cat owner, I hate that. Especially if you have a cat that has like medium to long hair, it is the worst. Ugh, my poor cat Gizmo, man. All right,
Because
so
I've never seen a cat I own actually do that to the carpet though.
it sucks. It really sucks.
That is a gross offense.
It is a gross offense because you have to clean it off them. You have to clean the floor. And it's like, how did you even do this?
You need to get the cat a little cat bidet.
Oh yeah, right? No, it's well, we haven't had that happen in a long time. Gizmo passed away, like right after COVID.
Dizzy?
What's up, Dizzy? Sorry to bring up on his side. He was a great cat. But yeah,
Dizzy, have you ever had the soda Orangina? You ever tasted Dizzy? Have you ever tasted a little Orangina? We're talking about a orange soda called Orangina. It's Trump's favorite soda. We love Orangina, okay? We're a bigly huge fan of anything orange because I like spray tans. We love to drink Orangina. Okay?
That's the level of orange that I love for my tan. It's got to be Orange China.
Excuse me, Vince. I'm gonna pardon Orangina. Okay, they're not gonna go bankrupt. We're gonna give Orangina a pardon. Okay.
It'll be the
Excuse
only.
me.
It'll be the only thing that doesn't get tariffed, right? Oh man. It's sweet. It's sour and sweet, so it's like sweet and sour. I have Mexicana Gina. I love. I'm in love. There we go. That's probably what he's trying to say. It's all right. Still a cool figure. What was great is like in the movie for Wreck-Gar, like you would, if you bought two of these, you can have one riding the other. That sounds so wrong.
It sounds like you're saying either rectum or right guard. Like you're either saying wrecked like a butt or somebody's deodorant.
Wreck, like
Right
a car.
guard.
Wreck, like a car wreck, and Gar, Gar. So his name is Wreck-Gar.
Wreck-Gar.
Yeah, Wreck-Gar. I want to show you my bike. It's called Orange Gina. Anyway.
Melania's favorite soda is Orangina. Okay.
All right. So guys, that is it for series 3 of the G1 Transformers. If it'll
That's it for season 3 of the Toy Showcase.
it won't even let me out of here. Look, okay, all right. So here, luckily, season 4 only has 50 figures. Jose, what's up, man? What's up, y'all? I'm hanging for a bit before heading to bed. Legendary status. Almighty Dizzy is... Yes, sir. Dizzy is the man. I got to get him on the podcast whenever he's ready. I'm not going to push him.
Moon Man, what do you feel? How do you feel about orange soda? And are you familiar with the not so widely known brand of orange soda called, drumroll please, Orangina.
Orangina.
Okay? A lot of people know Fanta, orange soda. A lot of people know Sun-Kissed. But do you know
The Muffin Man.
Orangina?
Orangina. Anyway, so guys, and not it won't be next episode. Next episode we're going to be talking about next week. We will talking about, do we want to do the Batman animated series line, or do we want to do just the Batman 89 figures that went
I don't know,
into?
there's so many Batman toys. Good lord, I don't know where to start.
Yeah, we'll have to look at that. Like we can look at a preview for this. So go.
Boy, I don't gotta drop a picture of what Orangina looks like. Oh, it's sparkling Orangina.
It's sparkling. I didn't know it was sparkling. Oh, it would be sparkling, right? If it's a soda.
Yeah.
Orangina better than cream soda. Really? Is it? Man, I like cream soda. I haven't had soda in 6 months, but or any kind of soda.
You can buy a 12-pack of Orangina for the low price of $40 on Amazon. What a deal. 12 Oranginas for $40. That's fucking highway robbery.
Okay, so
Look at the bottles too. Weird wild stuff.
Weird wild bottles. So there's the Batman and Robin animated Kenner line. There's the animated series Kenner line. Who did the was it still Kenner for Batman 89? Yeah, Batman Returns was Kenner. Crime Squad. Yeah, so we will be doing next week something with Batman. We gotta show love to the Dark Knight, so that'll happen. We will probably pick up the Transformers at the end of February. I want to get another toy brand in. We haven't done Thundercats, have we?
No, that would be amazing.
Yeah, so we might do Thundercats, and you know what? We might leave it up to you guys to like, what are y'all? How's Pops doing, Vince? He's doing good. Dizzy, thanks for asking. He here, I'll take take this down. Let me do that and get the camera up and stuff. Dad's doing good. He had a blood clot in his leg over Christmas, and because it was in between the holidays, he couldn't go see his normal doctor. They had told him if he had any kind of like weird complications, pain, or anything like that, to go to the hospital. Which sucks because it's like you're kind of in this limbo state. And so I was worried about him and everything, but he got to see his doctor like that following week, and he ended up getting some medication to help clear it up. But everything's been going good. We're trying to get his computer back up and going so that way he can be on the podcast again. Maybe that's something like once we do that, you can be on that episode. You can hang out with my dad and stuff. But no, he's doing good. I know that we're talking about doing a couple more projects of things video wise, doing something on the channel. But let me see. Let me catch up on chat. Let's see. I picked up a cream soda earlier today. Prefer Dr. Pepper over cream soda. Root beer and cream soda is the best. Need to taste them or taste them Orangina and see if it's better than cream soda.
Yeah, as soon as you get a taste of that Orangina,
you'll never go back. It's Orangina or nothing. Hey Dizzy, we love you too, man. You're part of this crew, regardless of like you're absent. You're still a member of this community. You were the hardest working man on YouTube. You will be the hardest working man on YouTube again. We will get you there. We'll make a vote. We'll do something. I'll send money. Everybody will send money. We'll get you back up and going.
I need some Orangina.
Yeah, we'll send him some orange gina and some cans of spinach. Let's see. Jose said Dr. Pepper is greater than root beer. Root beer is greater than cream soda. Cream soda is better than Coke. Coke is better than Pepsi. Orange gina is probably it's on the lower tier.
Listen, when you crack open a fine bottle of Orangina, and as soon as the Orangina hits your tongue, that's what it's about right there.
Hey, look, all right. So I gave up sodas like 6 months ago, all right? I think it's 6 months ago, maybe 5. It will be 6 in February. So I've been drinking sparkling water or mineral water, and this is one of the ones. So it's Central Market HEB Italian sparkling mineral water. This stuff's good. It's just water. It's sparkling mineral water. It's good. But it's this and other like bubbly drinks that help me completely remove myself from Cokes and any kind of sodas. So, in the road to longevity and better health.
Got some Orangina?
Have some Orangina. Is there a non-sugar kind? Now I don't want sugar free. I just want like no sugar, just the flavor infused into the water that's carbonated.
You're asking too much.
I am asking too much. Let's see. So Dizzy, he said he wants more ghost stories. Texas ghost stories are dope. There's quite a few. I gotta sit down with my dad and get that story about what happened to us at the apartment whenever I was really young, with the breathing and the presence that prevented my dad from getting into the room to get me and my sister. But he doesn't want to talk about that because he believes that when you talk about these things, sometimes you kind of like shine a beacon for it to find you again. Yep, and you're still my friend. You're a friend of ours for sure, Dizzy. I appreciate that. Once they get a slice of that old orange China, that's it. It's 2025 is the year of Dizzy. I'm coming back. Hell yeah, man! We're gonna make trailers. We're gonna do everything we can to promote you, to get you right back on pace, brother.
Popping Oranginas.
Yeah, we're all gonna pop orange. I'll forgo. I'll forgo drinking Cokes and sodas just for that. I'll get me an orange China, and we'll all just like all of us will be on stream, have a drink, and cheers. Y'all are my dudes. Much love, y'all. Y'all are my dudes. No bullshit, dude. Man, you're missed, man. You're missed. You're a part of. Look, all right. So we got to come up with a new community. We're just gonna go out here, right, Ryan? We're not the. I'm gonna say this right now because I'm gonna draw a line in the sand. We're not a retro gaming community only. We got to come up with our own thing. We're just like friends. We're the cool guy zone. What would you call us, Ryan? Like the group of us that are a part of this tight knit group of people that are.
It's 3 P's. The pussy poppin' poppies.
I am so glad I swallowed that drink.
It's 3 P's. Y'all heard me? We the pussy poppin' poppies.
We're the PPP community, right? Right. Okay, Jose's like, I'm gonna think about this one. All right, so I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. We're the real MFing community. I like that one. You know, we could bring back the YouTube Mafia, honestly. I mean, there's the Discord channel. There's actually a channel. This is the three beats. Pussy pop. Oh man, like, cause I do feel like we're all on the outskirts of everyone else in our community, right? We're
Vince, we're the pussy popping poppies that are getting into big booty Boricuas.
well, we gotta get Edwin in here to describe what a boiqua is.
Boricua.
Bub, I can't do that with 4 hours of sleep.
You gotta slap an R on that. B-O-R, Boricua.
Bororica? No, I'm gonna butcher.
Boricua.
Okay. YouTube Mafia sounds dope. Yeah, see, that's what it was, man. We were part of the YouTube Mafia. We just need to bring this back. Vin, the New York Killer. But yeah, no, we definitely need to do something. All of us together, hanging out, some kind of community thing, like playing something. Um, yeah. What do you got, Ryan? What do you got? We're just shooting the shit now.
That's not the best I got. The pussy popping pop.
Okay. All right.
China.
So you picked up Donkey Kong Country Returns for the Switch. I did too. Mine will be here probably sometime next week. Or actually, no, I think it'll be here Saturday, tomorrow. The real ones know the real ones. That is very true. It's very true, Dizzy. Yeah, Boiling. The YouTube Mafia was started by mainly Dizzy, but I helped with some of it, and then like there was like two other guys that were originally part of the initial start of that, and then it was supposed to be YouTubers supporting YouTubers and being there and sharing out streams, like just helping people we cared about through the process of YouTube and being there for people for anything, like, you know, no strings attached. We were just supportive, cool group. And we ended up starting a YouTube channel where we were all gonna just play community games together on occasion. That was a combination of all of us, but wasn't individually someone's direct thing. So we could all just play together and no egos were involved. It was just us having fun. Y'all keep it going. I love Texas. Hey, I try. Hey, look. There's Florida and Texas here in this group, right? You know, so. And then there's California and there's New York. We all got to represent. But thanks, Dizzy. I'm really trying to be healthy, man, and be positive and stuff. It's the opposite of what mafias do, but it's awesome regardless, right? Throwing gang signs. I love how seeing Big Vince and Ryan have gotten. Like me and Ryan, like how our channels have grown, or just you mean like my dad and Ryan, how like they go at each other, they make fun and poke at each other, that like my dad does to everybody. So if my dad doesn't pick on you, he doesn't love you. So I don't know. I'm just
saying the channels.
Our channels. Yeah. Hey, I'm trying. I do what I can. I do gotta say this though, Ryan. Congratulations on all the growth, man, that you're doing. You are constantly knocking it out of the park with keeping up with the shorts and your streams, your variety show that is definitely something that is different than anything that any of us are doing. All the throwbacks of that stuff.
The checks in the mail.
Yeah, right, yeah. How much do you want me to pay you? What? Okay.
I just want an orange giant spot.
Or.
Then I just want to break into that promo, like in an unexpected time in my streams. You guys ever get quenched? Your thirst just needs to be. You get a dry mouth. So I want you to reach in your fridge for a crispy, ice cold orangina.
But you know, all of us are been doing really good. Like Jose's been knocking it out of the park with doing what he's been doing. I mean, I miss seeing Vin's stuff. I mean, I love when you were doing the vinyl stuff, man.
Guys, no matter how big my channel gets, my wiener will still be average sized, unfortunately. I will still have a Caucasian sized wiener. You know, that's the thing about being white. You get a Caucasian sized wiener. It's basically average.
Trademark that orange China. You know, the funny thing is, like, I now have the promo of Ryan doing the when you get thirsty and you're parched and you need that extra bit of hydration with that hint of orange, make sure to grab yourself an orange China. You know, honestly, this is kind of what I originally planned the show to be, was just like us like shooting a shit about toys and then just having an open mic. We kind of went in a different direction, so we may do something like this again. I love to be able to just like go live with you guys, shoot the shit, whatever. Did you see what Dizzy said?
Yep.
Jose, what are you playing tomorrow? Are you streaming? Fucking TMN Toy Toys. You gonna still continue to play Curse of Darkness? You got something else going on? Did you finish it? Why is the Invisible Man TMNT so expensive? I don't know. Maybe the production run was very small in that. We did talk about that a little bit on that episode. That orange China freshness. I love how this episode's kind of just derailed. You know, it's funny because like this is what it was like back in the day. We would be role playing for like hours with my dad and our friends, and then it'd be so late that everything just became delusional. So we would just riff on everything, and everything would just become super funny. Sorry, Ryan, I didn't mean to cut you off.
But back to wiener size.
Back to wiener size.
So my issue is, all through time, you have celebrities trying to lie about their wang size, right? You saw it in the 80s music videos. They would like pad their leather pants. I'm saying let's embrace a new phase of society. Let's embrace average size wieners. You know, just embrace your 6 inches, dude. It's all how you use it. Okay? It's how you slang it. It's the motion of the ocean. All right?
Right.
And it's about finding that nice orangina to slide up in with a little citrus.
Sometimes you gotta whip it. You gotta whip it good.
Whip it good. Ba-da-da-da-da.
Let's see. Jose is continuing Curse of Darkness. So cool. And then let's see. Dizzy said he loves us. And Jose said, love you guys too. Chinese pills. So they do work or not? That's the real question, right? The ones strong like bull pills, right? The ones that make you last all night. I have no clue.
See, when it comes to girls, anyways, the real truth is what they want to know is like that Sam Jackson commercial. What's in your wallet? Right? That's the real question. Forget the wang size. They're like, they don't want to know your wang size. Their real question is what's in your wallet.
What's in your wallet? Not what's in your pocket, but what's in your wallet.
Yeah, what's in your wallet?
That's hilarious. So what do you guys got going on for this weekend? Anything fun? You doing anything tomorrow? You gonna go visit family? I know Jose's streaming. Gonna watch a movie.
Dude, you know what I just had to do? I had to cancel my Netflix, dude.
Really?
They make it go up to $18 now, dude. That's highway robbery for the basic plan. They're making it go up to 18.
It is kind of nuts, man. That is.
I got money for that.
Well, it's bad when you're paying for that. You're doing your because you can't just pay for monthly Amazon. You have to literally pay it outright, and that's $140 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you pay for Hulu, but luckily that's within your Disney package. So you got like Disney, Hulu, and like ESPN, but I don't even use that. It's expensive, man. It's like you're paying for a cable bill. And on top of that, you're paying for internet to play it or use it. Pay more, expect less. All this talk of Ninja Gaiden announcement has me playing all the 3D ones. Dude, I'm ready, man. I downloaded that game. I cannot wait to play Ninja Gaiden 2. My boy just did 7 in prison. He is out this week, Florida hood shit. Trying to keep him from going back. I understand that. My wife's best friend's brother went into prison for about 8 years because of he kind of like took the rap for something that happened, and luckily he hasn't gone back. He ended up starting. He ended up opening a tattoo parlor, and is doing pretty good. Sometimes you just got to move him in the right direction for it. So Netflix is stupidly expensive now. So what we do is that we just buy one, and then we secretly give our password. You didn't hear that, Netflix. Used to be $10 now, 5 years ago. It's crazy because they know people are sharing their accounts, so they're trying to like, well, we're just gonna up the price.
Yeah. I keep telling him, do a porn-only streaming called Netclits. They need to try Netclits. They don't listen to me, Vince. Netclits.
I'm waiting for people to hear that and start laughing in the chat. Because it's always going to be a delay, so I hear it first. Man, keep him on the right track, bro. Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, I started that new 2DS. Wait, did the new Ninja Gaiden already come out? Did it come out last month? Holy shit, I need to get that too. Let me see. I thought that was not coming out yet. Let me look. Holy shit. Damn it. What was it like? Ninja Gaiden 2D. What was it called, Boiling? What's the new one called? Ryan, do you remember what the new one's called? The 2D one?
The retro looking one?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember that. What the name is.
Ninja Gaiden Ragebound 2D action game. Is that it? Okay, yeah, okay. Ninja, it's Ragebound. That is coming out. Give me the release date, man. Okay, summer. Man, I got excited, bro. You have me excited because I love Ninja Gaiden. That new 2D one looks great too. I don't feel that way, honestly, man. Like, look at this. Like, I still have the, like, because I, thinned down and lost weight. Like, I still have like the skin, loose skin and stuff. I just try to do stuff to get that reduced.
You get a chin reduction.
Yeah, I don't need two chins, right? I don't need like this anymore.
Here's what you do. I'll give you you get a free one, right? Just grow out, lower the goatee even more, a little more. Lower it down 2 more inches. You won't need one then.
True.
Lower it.
Just hide it, right? Just hide it. Night
Dude,
Dizzy, Ryan Vince.
Middle-aged man hides shit with a beard or a goatee. Just grow it down like 2 more inches down.
Jose, later, man. Have a good Saturday. I can do that. That's fine.
Jose.
Look, I may be getting thinner and I look younger, and it's because I shaved the grays. Because, I mean, I can't hide this anymore. It sucks. But then there's these patches of my normal hair here, and then it's... we should do this more often. Just open mic conversation of nonsense and just
go off the rails just for laughs.
Yeah, just for laughs and talking with everybody.
Why don't more people do that? Why does every show have to be? It's like the Joker says in Dark Knight, right? Why so serious? Why can't we infuse some silliness in a time where we're on the brink of some real fucking dark shit, without getting into any of that. Society's on the brink of a lot of dark shit right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can all admit that. Why can't we get a little silly on this platform, joke around, and have some laughs, and shoot the shit, right? And that's why it's like, we're going over all these toy lines extensively, research, but we do it like a toy roast too for fun. Like, let's have fun with it. What is this? What does this action figure look like? It makes us laugh. Like, nobody's ever gonna regret laughs.
Right, exactly. I mean, look, I have a day job. As much as I would love for YouTube to take off, and I can dedicate the rest of what I do to making great content and just having fun with y'all, everyone. I mean, I can't make YouTube monetize me. I can't do any of that stuff. I can't get people, like, I get my friends and I get people that come through because, whatever may just trigger the algorithm. That's fine. But, having fun like this, I'm not worried about, like, I'm not going to say anything that's going to, like, jeopardize my job. But I don't mind having fun. That's part of the doing the podcast, doing all this stuff is just like being real in the moment. And if I'm not real or if I fake something, I feel like I'm off. It's like whenever it's like I don't try to be a perfectionist, but I want to make sure that when I do say something, I say it right. But I try to be myself. Like, I try to have fun. I'm 43 years old. I probably got 39 years, maybe, if I'm lucky, left of my life. Maybe 37. That's putting me at 80 years old.
Every day, find a way to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's my goal, dude. Like, have goals, have dreams, but in spite of everything, no matter what, every day find a way to have fun. You know what I mean? Even when the day feels like it kind of sucks, do something to have fun. Like, treat yourself to, like, some, like, really good food or something. Treat yourself to a good movie, a show you love, in spite of anything you went through that day, whether at work, in society, with your family, with anything that may have gone like wrong or whatever. In spite of any of that, or like bills, or in spite of any of that, every day find a way to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm about. And laugh, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, exactly. I mean that's why I did the whole episode for Why We Collect last week, or this past Sunday, was because like I needed to state these things. Sometimes like hiding them in and boiling or letting them boil within you isn't good because it'll explode. But having the courage to say these things also makes you accountable to start changing your perspective in your life. Because you can say you're going to do something, but if you don't actually go forth to take the effort to do that, it'll never change. And I think I've played through about 10, almost 11 video games this month that I've beaten. And I feel like my old self. I'm literally taking time to play video games that I was giving up. And I'm trying to just do what I can and push myself a little bit more, because part of my depression also was because I had stopped doing things because you just don't want to do anything. You're like, man, I just rather sit here, and in your mind just attacks you like you're not good enough, or why do this if no one's gonna watch it? Why do this if like it's not gonna succeed? You're gonna fail. And that's all aspects of life. And but doing this stuff is really good, and getting to chat with you guys and my friends and my family, and like, because like I had a rough week at work because of some issues that got resolved today, luckily, so I could do my job better. But it was stressful, and I was trying not to make sure it brought me down. Like, I already got enough shit that's on my shoulders that I want to make sure that I can like be creative. Like, I have to force myself to do it, because if not, we won't, like, just in society, because it's like they want us just to be cogs and a part of the system, but you can use that system to fuel your passion and creativity. And that's part of like what I'm trying to do, is like, look, my job, I do my job, and I come home, my job doesn't follow me. I am working and making sure that I can do things that I enjoy. And that's playing video games, spending time with my family more, being more engaged with my son, and then rekindling my childhood, because it's important. Because that's who I was. Like, I'm not that person anymore, but I need to be reminded of who that person was, and why those things I did and watched are so important to me. And which is like all y'all's kind words and stuff that got a chance to watch the video and said something. Even you, Ryan, talking about building the archive, like building things that like bring you joy, and watching more is great. It's a good thing to do, because sometimes we forget it.
Well, with that said, I got to make my round because I am here at work. Anybody that wants to hang, we're going to chill on my Discord for a little bit at least.
Yep. Yeah. I'll be in there for about an hour. But yeah, guys, thanks for checking out the episode. Thanks for hanging out and shooting the shit with us towards the end of the episode, of just having an open mic. We may do this probably again next week sometime. Maybe if it doesn't have to be the Why We Collect episode, maybe I can do a podcast episode live, and we just shoot the shit, just have an open conversation, have fun, and have you guys engaged with it. I hope you enjoyed our breakdown for the Transformers series 2 figures, series 3 figures, which represent season 3 of the G1 cartoon and 86 movie. So be with us next week. We will be talking about Batman animated series, most likely, and then we'll figure out what we'll do the week after that, and we'll let you know then. Podcast tomorrow. Me, Matt, and Ryan will be talking about original Xbox. It'll be live. We'll have fun. Come through. It'll be a good time. Ryan, you got anything you want to plug, man? You might have already walked out. It's okay. All right, everyone. We will catch you next episode. Thanks, guys. I very much appreciate everyone who came through, hung out in the chat, and come through Ryan's Discord. If you got a moment, come through Ryan's Discord if you're a part of it. Let's chat and hang out. All right. Later, guys.